Chapter 225, Butterfly Valley. Guowei guessed that Long Yu's destination was most likely Butterfly Valley, which matched his goal. Since that was the case, there was no need for him to enter the Sky Soul Ghost Valley so early. Originally, Guowei was waiting for another group of companions. Now that his companions had not arrived, he could not bring them in first. After alchemist Feng Hai brought his men into the Sky Soul Ghost Valley for a period of time, another expert of the 6th rank of the True Spirit Realm arrived at the entrance. It was a middle-aged man wearing a black coat, a black hat, and a black scarf. He looked like he was afraid of the cold, but in fact, with his cultivation, he naturally wouldn't be afraid of ordinary cold. His name was Jianhei. Jianhei's cultivation was the same as Guowei's 6th rank of the True Spirit Realm, and he was the companion that Guowei was waiting for. In order to succeed in this large-scale hunting operation, they had to be fully prepared. 2 experts of the 6th rank of the True Spirit Realm entering the Butterfly Valley was enough to ensure their safety. After Jianhei arrived, Guowei led his brothers into the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, and at the same time, he explained what had happened to Jianhei. You're saying that a kid of the 4th rank of the True Spirit Realm was able to fight against you and even killed one of our brothers? Jianhei's voice was filled with an evil aura, and his eyes under the black hat and scarf looked extremely hazy, as if they were covered with a layer of black ash. That's right, that kid's name is Long Yu. Guowei's eyes flashed fiercely as he said, Very well, I'm going to skin him as a sacrifice to our brothers. After Jianhei finished speaking, he did not say anything else. However, those who were familiar with him knew that when he said he was going to skin someone, he was really going to skin that person. He was not joking at all. After Guowei and Jianhei brought their men into the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, dozens of martial cultivators in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley started whispering. They had seen too many experts today, and there were as many as 5 experts of the 6th rank of the True Spirit Realm. Alchemist Feng Hai's 3 bodyguards, as well as Guowei and Jianhei. Apart from them, there were also many 5th rank True Spirit Realm experts, such as Ghost Headblade and Guowei's brothers. Most importantly, there was a LV4 True Spirit Realm kid who was able to fight against Guowei and even killed one of his brothers. It looked like a storm of blood was about to happen in the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul. Who would be the final winner in this storm? No matter what, everyone unanimously believed that Long Yu was in danger this time. This was because 5 experts of the 6th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm were targeting him. It was not over yet. Not long after Guowei and Jianhei brought their men into the Ghost Valley, Feng Hai's bodyguard, who was left behind to guard the entrance of the valley, suddenly sensed something and looked in the direction of Mixed Sound City. He could sense that another expert was coming to the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. Soon, he saw a handsome young man in green and a white-haired girl in black. The 2 of them walked out of the forest and arrived at the entrance of the Ghost Valley. Such a young LV6 True Spirit Secret Realm. Feng Hai's heart skipped a beat as he looked at the handsome young man with a different expression. As for the white-haired girl, she was at the 4th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm. However, what was going on in the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley today? Why were there so many experts here? Could it be that something had happened in Butterfly Valley? Feng Hai ignored the 2 newcomers as he did not dare to cause any unnecessary trouble. He would never believe that such a young LV6 True Spirit Secret Realm expert did not have any backing. His duty was only to prevent that brat Long Yu from escaping. As for other matters, he did not need to care about them. Lu Yuan, I'll ask those people if they've seen Long Yu. The young man in green, Mo Feng Ming, smiled at the white-haired girl, Lu Yuan. He then stepped forward and asked a random martial cultivator at the entrance of the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. The martial cultivator of the pugilistic world was startled, and he quickly and honestly explained everything that happened just now. Great, I found him. Let's go in. Mo Fengming's eyes flickered. Lu Yuan glanced around. She was still a little reserved in such an occasion. After all, she had never left the Tang Empire before. Fortunately, Mo Fengming was here, which made her feel more at ease. Now, the Mo clan and the Jintian clan had become friends, and Mo Fengming was ordered by the clan leader to go out to train in preparation for the heavenly mandate sacred selection. The Qingqing Pavilion had been disbanded, and Lu Yuan had nowhere to go, so she came out with Mo Fengming. Their first goal was to find Long Yu. If they could find Long Yu and work with him, the three of them would be much safer. Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan also stepped into the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. They left a group of people at the entrance of the Ghost Valley, looking at each other. Many of the experts at the 6th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm had come because of Long Yu. Who was that kid? No matter what, they could not go to the Butterfly Valley. Otherwise, they would be courting death. This kind of thing could only be talked about after dinner, and they could not participate in it personally. In the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley, Long Yu took the lead and headed in the direction of the Butterfly Valley. With his current strength, he did not need to be afraid of the snake disciples in the Ghost Valley, who were at the 4th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm. He could kill them easily. Of course, he knew that there were many experts following behind him, but he was not afraid. In the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley, there were dangers everywhere, especially in the Butterfly Valley. In such an environment, Long Yu did not feel that he was at a disadvantage. On the contrary, the more complicated and dangerous the environment was, the more he could make use of the dangerous environment to maximize his own benefits. After fusing with the lunar wings, Long Yu's speed became extremely fast. Now that he had entered the 4th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm, his speed was even faster. He could even be compared to an expert at the 7th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm, who was at the unity of the True Spirit. A gray flowing light moved quickly in the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley, leaving alchemist Feng Hai, Guowei, Jian He, and the others far behind. There really are people who want to sneak up on me. Long Yu came to a muddy swamp. Suddenly, 2 snake disciples of the Ghost Valley jumped out of the swamp and launched a sneak attack, causing him to smile. If it was the first time he came to the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley, he would not have been able to deal with such a sudden attack. But now, it was too easy for him. Dragon Fist of the 9 Nether. Long Yu punched out, and instantly, the 9 Nether Chi gathered to form a layer of the Yellow Spring Barrier, easily blocking the sneak attack of the 2 snake disciples of the Ghost Valley. At the same time, the invisible spirit of the Yellow Spring appeared and completely restrained the 2 snake disciples of the Ghost Valley, making them unable to move. The 2 snake disciples of the Ghost Valley were not stupid. Obviously, they realized that they had kicked an iron plate, but being restrained by the spirit of the Yellow Spring, they could not escape even if they wanted to. The Dragon Fist of the 9 Nether was swung out, and 2 corpses of the snake disciples of the Ghost Valley appeared in Long Yu's 9 Nether space. This is worth a few thousand crystal coins. Long Yu was in a good mood, but he also knew that he would not be able to take advantage of such an advantage in the future. The demonic beasts of the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley were very well informed. The news that he had easily killed 2 snake disciples of the Ghost Valley would soon spread. In this way, other demonic beasts would take a detour when they saw him, and would not foolishly approach him. The Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley was a country that belonged to demonic beasts. When human martial cultivators were hunting demonic beasts, weren't demonic beasts also hunting humans? Seeking advantages and avoiding disadvantages was not only what human martial cultivators knew, but it was also the instinct of demonic beasts. When they saw human martial cultivators who were stronger than them invading, they would not find trouble with them. After running in the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley for a day and a night, an endless mountain range appeared in front of Long Yu. The Butterfly Valley is in this mountain range, Long Yu thought to himself. Previously, he had checked that the Butterfly Valley was a butterfly-shaped valley in the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. The outer and inner parts of the valley were relatively wide, while the middle of the valley was very narrow. Generally speaking, the narrow area in the middle of the Butterfly Valley would be guarded by many powerful demonic beasts of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. Martial cultivators who had not reached LV7 True Spirit Realm would not be able to pass through the narrow area in the middle of the Ghost Valley of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. Long Yu's operation this time was in the front part of the Butterfly Valley. Just this area alone was extremely vast, and there were many powerful demonic beasts appearing and disappearing unpredictably. If human martial cultivators did not come in groups, they would definitely be in danger. Even experts of the unity of True Spirit Realm had died in the Butterfly Valley, which showed how dangerous this place was. Through the Butterfly Valley was the hinterland of the demonic beasts of the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley. One could imagine how many demonic beasts were gathered in the Butterfly Valley. Whether it was the powerful demonic beasts that were sent to guard the Butterfly Valley or the groups of demonic beasts that lived in the depths of the Ghost Valley, none of them were easy to deal with. Of course, some of the demonic beasts in the Butterfly Valley had heard of Long Yu's whereabouts. Communication between demonic beasts was very simple and fast. The news that a human martial cultivator was heading to the Butterfly Valley spread quickly. A human martial cultivator of LV4 True Spirit Realm. This was a delicious meal for all the demonic beasts in the Butterfly Valley. The profound chi stored in the dantian of a human martial cultivator was like elixir to the demonic beasts, which could help them improve their cultivation. Although a LV4 True Spirit Realm martial cultivator could not help them advance to the next realm, it could at least shorten the time they needed to cultivate. When Long Yu arrived at the entrance of the Butterfly Valley, he became extremely cautious. Of course, he knew that countless demonic beasts were waiting for him to walk right into the trap in Butterfly Valley at this moment. To him, the current Butterfly Valley was a land of death. Of course, he would not foolishly enter the valley from the entrance. No matter how confident he was not stupid enough to face an unknown number of LV6 True Spirit Realm demonic beasts. His figure flashed, and he sped towards a nearby mountain range. Chapter 226. No one would have thought that Long Yu would enter Butterfly Valley from the side of the steep mountain range. The large group of powerful demonic beasts that were originally guarding the Butterfly Valley suddenly pounced on empty air. However, they did not leave the entrance of Butterfly Valley. Instead, they continued to wait at the entrance of the valley. To them, a mere LV4 True Spirit Realm human boy was not worth their attention. What they were more concerned about was the large group of powerful martial cultivators behind this boy. The sinister entrance of Butterfly Valley was filled with ferocious demonic beasts. Many powerful demonic beasts of different shapes and sizes squatted at the entrance of Butterfly Valley. As for Long Yu, none of the demonic beasts paid any attention to him. A mere LV4 True Spirit Realm cultivator was not of much use to them. They might as well wait for the big fish to take the bait. On Long Yu's back, the lunar wings spread out, carrying him like a soaring eagle. He flew over the towering cliffs that pierced through the clouds, and then landed in the Butterfly Valley. Long Yu leaned against the mountain wall and slowly climbed down to the edge of Butterfly Valley. Here, the giant trees covered the sky. Sunlight rarely shone through the thick leaves and onto the ground, causing the entire valley to be filled with an oppressive atmosphere. This place belonged to the territory of Butterfly Valley. This was a country that belonged to the demonic beasts. Here, human martial cultivators had no status. Once they appeared in front of other demonic beasts, they would be killed and robbed, just like how human martial cultivators encountered demonic beasts in the outside world. In Butterfly Valley, and even deeper into the Ghost Valley, the status of humans and demonic beasts had completely swapped with the outside world. Here, demonic beasts were the masters. When Long Yu entered Butterfly Valley, he was as nervous as when he first stepped into the periphery of the Ghost Valley. Everyone knew that Butterfly Valley was extremely dangerous. Even an expert in the unity of True Spirit Realm could die in there. Not to mention Long Yu, who was only in LV4 True Spirit Realm. It's said that the first part of the Butterfly Valley is filled with demonic beast hordes, and each of them has at least one leader at the 6th level of the True Spirit Realm. Long Yu remembered what he knew about the Sky Soul Ghost Valley and squinted his eyes. Once the leader reaches the 7th level of the true spirit secret realm, he will lead the tribe into the depths of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley to fight for more cultivation resources. The demonic beast kingdom was much stricter than the human kingdom. The most central area with the richest resources could only be occupied by experts. Furthermore, if one did not reach that realm of martial arts, they would not be able to enter the depths of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, unless they had a powerful companion. The weakest demonic beasts below the 4th rank of the true spirit realm could only move around the outskirts of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. Demonic beasts from the 4th to the 6th level could live and cultivate in Butterfly Valley. Only beasts that had reached the 7th level of the true spirit secret realm could lead their tribe to the center of the Ghost Valley, where the cultivation resources were the most abundant. In the entire Butterfly Valley, there were very few demonic beasts that moved alone. Long Yu relied on his past experience to quietly pass through the tall and dense trees of Butterfly Valley. Like a ghost, he quietly and rapidly advanced through the forest. Soon, he saw the nest of a tribe of demonic beasts. It was a group of demonic beasts that had carved out a cave in the mountain wall. Each of them looked like a pangolin that could stand upright, and their bodies were covered in thick scales. Some of the younger pangolins that had yet to condense their true spirit were under the protection of the elders of the demonic beasts, sparring with each other and practicing their hunting skills. Long Yu could clearly see that there were more than 100 pangolins in the group. He did not see the strongest, but he could see 4 or 5 of them at the 5th level of the true spirit secret realm. Such a group of demonic beasts was already stronger than most of the families in the Great Tang Imperial City. However, in the Ghost Valley, a kingdom of demonic beasts, this group of pangolins did not have the qualifications to go to the center and could only rest in the Butterfly Valley. Long Yu calculated for a moment and realized that it would be extremely difficult for him to exterminate this group of pangolins. The main reason was that he did not know where the strongest leader was. If there were 2 pangolins at the 6th level of the true spirit secret realm, Long Yu would not be able to escape unscathed. Looks like if I want to hunt here, most people can only target the demonic beasts that are out hunting. Such a huge group of demonic beasts is too difficult to deal with. Long Yu thought to himself as he quietly passed by, not provoking the group of pangolins. Along the way, Long Yu saw a few similar groups of demonic beasts, but he did not have the slightest chance to attack. It could be seen that although these groups of demonic beasts seemed to be scattered, they were actually connected to each other. Even if they were different demonic beasts, once a demonic beast nest was invaded by a human martial cultivator, the nearby demonic beasts would definitely move together. It was true that these groups of demonic beasts would compete with each other for cultivation resources, but if a human cultivator were to invade their nest, they would definitely target the human martial cultivators. This was the unity of the demonic beasts. Is there really not a single demonic beast in the vicinity? Long Yu frowned slightly as he suddenly thought of something. He had swaggered from the periphery of the Ghost Sky Valley and guessed that there would be a large group of demonic beasts waiting for him at the entrance of the Butterfly Valley. Now that those demonic beasts did not move, could they still be guarding the entrance of the Butterfly Valley? Since Long Yu had come to the Butterfly Valley, he naturally wanted to hunt enough demonic beasts to obtain their inner cores and quickly increase his martial realm. Since there was no chance now, he might as well go back to the entrance of the Butterfly Valley to see if there were any good opportunities. If Long Yu was not wrong, there should be many demonic beasts out hunting at the entrance of the Butterfly Valley. They might be acting alone or in groups of 2 or 3. This way, it would be much easier to deal with the demonic beast nests. He acted as soon as he thought of it. Long Yu changed his direction and headed back to the entrance of the Butterfly Valley. His footsteps were extremely light, and he was like a gust of wind as he passed through the forest. Not long after, he was already near the entrance of the Butterfly Valley. Feeling the faint murderous aura around him, Long Yu slowed down. He looked around and found an extremely tall, giant tree. He jumped up lightly and hid on top of the giant tree. Just as he hid, there was a panicked cry for help in front of him. Obviously, there were human martial cultivators at the entrance of the Butterfly Valley, and they were ambushed by demonic beasts. Who could it be? Long Yu narrowed his eyes. From the sound, it did not sound like Guo Wei and the group of people he had encountered previously. Long Yu should have never seen this group of people who had suffered a calamity before. Is it Alchemist Feng Hai? Long Yu thought for a while and quickly made a guess. The first person to catch up with him was most likely Alchemist Feng Hai of Mixed Sound City, at the entrance of the Ghost Valley of Heaven Soul. After Long Yu killed the Ghost Head Blade of Mixing Sound City, the martial cultivator Guo Wei sent someone to inform Mixing Sound City. One could imagine that Alchemist Feng Hai's men would arrive very soon. Those who could enter the Butterfly Valley must have a high martial realm. Otherwise, it would be impossible for them to pass through the vast periphery of the Ghost Valley and have the guts to enter the Butterfly Valley. The martial cultivators led by Alchemist Feng Hai of Mixed Sound City had the strength and motivation to do so. They actually chased me all the way to the Butterfly Valley. They are really persistent. A cold light flashed in Long Yu's eyes. Then, the cries for help in front of him quickly died down. It seemed that many people had died in the hands of the demonic beasts. But then, there was the sound of hurried footsteps. Then, 3 figures passed through the grass and appeared in Long Yu's sight. 2 of them were experts in LV6 True Spirit Realm. They wore gray robes and looked like the bodyguards of the person in the middle. The person in the middle wore a golden robe and looked noble. However, the hurried look in his eyes revealed the fact that he was fleeing in a sorry state. It really is Alchemist Feng Hai. When Long Yu saw the 3 of them, he knew that his guess was correct. It was indeed Feng Hai who had brought his bodyguards to the Butterfly Valley. The 3 of them fled in a sorry state and soon arrived at the tree that Long Yu was hiding in. They did not expect that there would be people in the tree. The 3 of them stopped under the giant tree and were still in a state of shock. Damn it, where did so many demonic beasts come from? They seem to know that we are coming and are all lying in ambush at the entrance of the valley. How disgusting. Alchemist Feng Hai, who wore a golden robe, cursed with a gloomy face. Lord Feng, what should we do now? The 2 bodyguards in gray robes were relatively calm because they were quite strong. After leaving behind the group of burdens, they managed to protect Feng Hai from the large group of demonic beasts. Find him. Find that brat Long Yu first. If I don't kill him, I won't be able to rest in peace. Feng Hai said with a vicious face. Long Yu hid in the tree and sneered in his heart. This alchemist Feng Hai allowed his subordinates to be tyrannical. At that time, he only wanted to sell something, but Feng Hai's subordinates wanted to rob him and even wanted him to leave some of his belongings, such as his heart. It was obvious that they were not good things. Now, that Feng Hai had taken such a big risk to enter the Butterfly Valley and chase after Long Yu, it was definitely not just to take revenge for his subordinates. His biggest goal was to capture Long Yu and find out the secret on Long Yu's body. The current Long Yu was like Tang Seng's meat. Everyone wanted a piece of him and the secret on him, as well as the 2 heaven steels. If we find that brat, should we kill him and bring him back? One of the bodyguards asked calmly. No, let's deceive him first and kill a few demonic beasts together. Feng Hai said fiercely, since we are already in the Butterfly Valley, we can't go back without killing a few demonic beasts. Let's make use of that brat first. Since you 2 are here, he can't run away. If he doesn't want to, we'll just kill him. If he's willing to cooperate, we'll make use of him for a period of time. Chapter 227. Since Feng Hai wanted to make use of Long Yu, and Long Yu now knew their plan, how could he be worthy of his eavesdropping for so long if he didn't let them make use of him? Want to kill a few demonic beasts first? That's what I was thinking. Long Yu thought to himself. He quietly activated his profound chi and turned into ghost chi. Then he appeared in the forest not far away and pretended to be moving forward. Who is it? Alchemist Feng Hai and his bodyguards, Yang Hui and Yang Ku, noticed Long Yu's movement almost at the same time. The 3 of them glanced at each other. Then, they rushed towards Long Yu's location without any hesitation. Soon, they saw the scene of Long Yu traversing through the forest. They immediately felt happy in their hearts. So this brat is here. I finally found him. Who are you? Long Yu pretended to be confused and asked while remaining vigilant. He had never seen Alchemist Feng Hai before, so it was normal that he didn't know him. In this way, he could completely lower the guard of the three of them. Hearing this, Alchemist Feng Hai laughed in his heart. What a fool! He said with a friendly and gentle smile. We are all martial cultivators who came to Butterfly Valley to explore. I didn't expect the demonic beasts here to be so fierce. Little brother, you're only at LV4 of the true spirit realm. Why are you here? Oh, I was chased by someone and accidentally came here. Long Yu sighed. In that case, why don't you join us? Alchemist Feng Hai suddenly smiled. In the territory of the demonic beasts, the more people we have, the better. We can take care of each other. It just so happens that we've just discovered a lone demonic beast. Why don't we go and hunt it first? How about it? What's the realm of that demonic beast? Long Yu didn't give himself away and pretended to be very vigilant. LV6 of the true spirit realm. Yang Hui interrupted. My brother and I are here. Killing that demonic beast is not a problem. Little brother, you just need to help us guard it and don't let it run away. Okay, if I kill the demonic beast, what can I get? Long Yu continued to ask. He thought to himself that these three fellows were quite good at putting on an act. Unfortunately, he already knew their identities and thoughts. A demonic beast at the 6th level of the true spirit secret realm is worth over 1,000 crystal coins. Adding on some parts of its corpse, it would not be a problem for it to be worth 3,000 to 5,000 crystal coins. Bodyguard Yang Ke said, Little brother, if you help us stop that demonic beast and don't let it run away, we can give you 30% of the value. 30%? So good? Long Yu expressed his doubts. Don't worry, we always keep our word. Yang Hui said, that demonic beast is quite cunning. If no one is watching it, it will easily slip away. Therefore, your position is very important, understand? All right, then we can work together for once. Long Yu pretended to be solemn and nodded. It's settled then. Let's go find that winged flying squirrel first. Damn it, it's been chasing us for so long. It's about time we let it have a taste of its power. Yang Hui's eyes flashed with malice. It was not an act. They had already shaken off a large group of demonic beasts, but only a winged flying squirrel was still chasing them. If not for the fear of being caught by the other demonic beasts, they would have turned back to deal with the winged flying squirrel. Not long ago, the winged flying squirrel realized that it could not catch up with the three of them, so it turned around and left. However, it could not have gone far in such a short period of time. If they turned back, they would be able to catch up with the winged flying squirrel very soon. Furthermore, the winged flying squirrel would not have met up with the other demonic beasts in such a short period of time. Long Yu and the three of them each had their own tricks up their sleeves as they headed toward the entrance of Butterfly Valley. It didn't take long for Yang Hui to discover a trail of winged flying squirrels, and he chased after them as fast as he could. The winged flying squirrel could glide through the forest for a short period of time, so it was extremely fast and agile. Ordinary martial cultivators would not be able to catch it. However, Yang Hui and Yang Ke were not slow either. As human martial cultivators at level 6 true spirit realm, Yang Hui and Yang Ke joined forces and quickly blocked off the winged flying squirrel that was scurrying through the forest. The only direction that the winged flying squirrel could escape in was Long Yu's direction. In a hurry, the winged flying squirrel sped towards Long Yu. It was only then that Long Yu saw the appearance of the winged flying squirrel clearly. It was a large rat that could glide with wings for a short period of time. It had two extremely sharp teeth that resembled elephant tusks. Those two sharp teeth were the winged flying squirrel's strongest attack and were equivalent to the combat weapons used by human martial cultivators. Young lad, stop it. Yang Hui and Yang Ke's voices sounded at the same time. There was no doubt that the two of them had purposely chased the winged flying squirrel towards Long Yu's location to test Long Yu. No matter how strong Long Yu was, he would still be affected by the winged flying squirrel. If Long Yu was too weak, he would definitely be injured by the winged flying squirrel. If Long Yu was stronger, they could use that moment to attack Long Yu and kill Long Yu easily. Long Yu had heard the conversation between Feng Hai, Yang Hui, and Yang Ko earlier. At this moment, he would definitely not let them have their way. Trying to use this chance to ambush me? The corners of Long Yu's lips curled up. Yang Hui and Yang Ko were too naive. The lunar wings on Long Yu's back unfurled, and his entire body instantly transformed into a stream of black light. He actually crossed the winged flying squirrel, and with an unimaginable speed, he attacked Yang Hui and Yang Ko behind him. The winged flying squirrel had originally planned to kill this LV-4 true spirit realm human martial cultivator, but did not expect Long Yu to have such terrifying speed. When Long Yu's figure appeared like a ray of light, the winged flying squirrel was shocked as it thought it was going to be injured by this human martial cultivator. But immediately after, it realized that the human martial cultivator did not attack it. Instead, he quickly passed by it and attacked the two stronger martial cultivators behind it. The winged flying squirrel did not dare to think too much and took the opportunity to escape, disappearing into the dense forest. Die! Long Yu's actions were completely out of Yang Hui and Yang Ko's expectations. He turned into a grayish-black ray of light and appeared in front of Yang Hui in the next moment. Right in front of him, he used the Yellow Springs Drunken Skill. Before Yang Hui could react, the netherworld chi condensed, and before he could react, he was already bound by the invisible spirit of the Yellow Springs. Then, the Samsara force descended and pushed his martial Tao realm into the cycle of rebirth, temporarily dropping him to the 5th layer of the true spirit secret realm. And this temporary drop in the realm of martial arts took his life. The Yellow Springs path instantly spread out and enveloped Yang Hui. Then, a punch containing the netherworld chi struck him and sent him flying. The netherworld chi quickly invaded his body and started to corrode his meridians. In that instant, before Yang Ko could react, his brother Yang Hui was sent flying by Long Yu's punch and fell to the ground with serious injuries. Being seriously injured in Butterfly Valley, one could imagine what would happen to him. How dare you hurt my brother? You're courting death. Yang Ko was instantly filled with anger, and his eyes looked like they were about to spit fire. On the other side, Alchemist Feng Hai was also stunned. Then, a ruthless look appeared on his face. It seemed that this Long Yu had been toying with them all along. Kill him. Feng Hai immediately gave the order. Yang Ko also did not hesitate. His figure was like a bolt of lightning as he attacked Long Yu. The law domain that the Yang brothers had comprehended was the Zephyr domain. Once the Zephyr domain was used, their speed would become extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, Yang Ko had already arrived in front of Long Yu and kicked Long Yu's head with a terrifying force. So fast, Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. If he had not gone around the winged flying squirrel to launch a sneak attack, it would have been difficult for him to injure Yang Hui. Although Long Yu's speed was comparable to a level 7 true spirit realm expert with the lunar wings, the two Yang family bodyguards were faster. Yellow Springs Barrier. Before long, Yu could do anything. He could only use the netherworld chi to form a layer of Yellow Springs Barrier. With a loud bang, Yang Ko's foot landed on the Yellow Springs Barrier, instantly shattering it into pieces. It was obvious how terrifying the Yellow Springs Barrier was. Long Yu did not have many opponents at the 6th stage of the true spirit secret realm. The first was Thousand Thread Sex Yu Qianing. In fact, Yu Qianing was much stronger than Long Yu. Just by using the profound level martial technique, summoning Emperor Spirit technique, she was able to suppress Long Yu. In the end, Long Yu was able to win because Yu Qianing had underestimated him. After all, Yu Qianing had thought that he would be affected by the poison. This was all thanks to the 9 Underworld Dragon Seal. Next, Long Yu faced a level 6 true spirit realm expert, Guo Wei. The pair of blood-red flying daggers had left a deep impression on Long Yu. Although he had almost killed Guo Wei, no one knew if Guo Wei still had a trump card that he had not used. Every expert in the 6th rank of the true spirit secret realm had extremely powerful strength. This bodyguard, Yang Ko, was one of them. The martial skill he used, that kick, did not have anything fancy about it, but its speed and power had reached the limit of a 6th level true spirit realm martial cultivator. The kick was so powerful that even Long Yu cannot dodge it. Even the Yellow Springs barrier was shattered. So strong, Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. Fortunately, he did not face Yang Hui and Yang Ku at the same time. Otherwise, he was sure that he would not be their match. Fortunately, he had made the first move, and Long Yu had heavily injured Yang Hui. The remaining Yang Ku was not as much a threat to Long Yu. In a dangerous place like Butterfly Valley, it was extremely dangerous for human martial cultivators to fight each other. It was very likely that both sides would die here and become food for the demonic beasts. But whether it was Long Yu or Yang Ku, it was impossible for them to stop now. Smooth wind kick. Yang Ku shouted and continued to kick towards Long Yu, bringing with it a whistling sound of the wind. At this moment, Long Yu had yet to catch his breath. Although the Yellow Springs barrier was strong, it was not easy to gather the 9 underworld chi. At least in terms of speed, it was definitely not as fast as Yang Ku's kick. Facing Yang Ku's smooth wind kick, Long Yu could only meet force with force. Samsara, Awakening Palm, 9 underworld dragon fist. Long Yu gritted his teeth and used Samsara, Awakening Palm, to slightly reduce the power of Yang Ku's kick. Then, he threw out a drunken underworld fist. Chapter 228. Kacha. Yang Ku's kick contained a terrifying force of more than June 30th, and it instantly shattered Long Yu's fist. As for Long Yu, his fist landed on Yang Ku's foot, and the netherworld chi instantly exploded, corroding his meridians, and his face turned black. Both of them flew backwards at the same time. In this round of exchange, it was obviously Yang Ku who was more heavily injured. No matter how injured Long Yu was, it was only his fist that was shattered. As long as he took an elixir and recuperated, he would be able to recover completely. But Yang Ku's meridians were invaded by the netherworld chi. If he was not treated in time, he would only be dead. The golden robe pill master Feng Hai, who was looking forward to Long Yu's death, was stunned on the spot. How could this be? This Long Yu's cultivation was only in LV4 true spirit realm. How could he exchange a blow with Yang Ku and cause him to be even more heavily injured? This was too shocking. As an alchemist, Feng Hai was considered knowledgeable, but he had never heard of such a heaven-defying thing. Yang Hui, Yang Ku, get up. After the shock, Feng Hai's mind was filled with endless fear. Yang Hui and Yang Ku were his biggest reliance in breaking into Butterfly Valley. But now, Yang Hui was caught off guard by Long Yu's sneak attack, and even Yang Ku was seriously injured in a direct confrontation with Long Yu. Yang Hui and Yang Ku could be said to have lost their fighting strength, but Long Yu still had extremely strong fighting strength. Although Alchemist Feng Hai's martial Dao realm was the same as Long Yu's, at the 4th level of the True Spirit Secret Realm, the truth was that his battle prowess couldn't even be compared to an ordinary 4th level True Spirit Secret Realm martial cultivator, let alone be compared to Long Yu. At this moment, facing the murderous Long Yu, Feng Hai was so scared that he almost wet his pants. He was extremely regretful. This Long Yu only killed one of his followers. Why did he have to chase after him to Butterfly Valley with such deep hatred? Now, in this place where birds don't even lay eggs, he really couldn't call for help from the heavens and earth. If he was still in Mixed Sound City, as long as he sealed C made a call, a large group of experts would come and protect him. Unfortunately now, Feng Hai, you didn't expect this, did you? Long Yu endured the pain of a broken fist and grinned. A mere trash at the 4th level of the True Spirit Realm in your eyes actually defeated 2 of your bodyguards at the 6th level of the True Spirit Realm. How do you feel now? Don't be so smug. Sealed C was so frightened that he kept retreating. His face was filled with terror. When I return to Mixed Sound City, your death will come. Do you think you still have a chance to return to Mixing Sound City? Long Yu sneered. The reason why he said so much to Feng Hai was because he had just exchanged a punch with Yang Ku. It had caused the blood in his body to be a little disorderly. He needed a little time to adjust. After saying that, he started to walk towards Feng Hai. It seemed that he was going to attack Feng Hai. Don't come near me. Don't come near me. Feng Hai was so scared that he hurriedly retreated until he bumped into the trunk of a huge tree and stopped. At that moment, a fiery red petite figure suddenly jumped out from behind the giant tree. Then, it bit Feng Hai's arm and dragged him away at an extremely fast speed. "It's a fox demon." Long Yu's heart trembled. He looked carefully and saw that the fox demon's entire body was wrapped in fiery red fur. Its movements were extremely fast, like a fiery red lightning. With a few leaps, it dragged Feng Hai and disappeared from Long Yu's sight. Why does the fox demon want to capture Feng Hai? Long Yu frowned slightly, but he did not think too much about it. Instead, he first walked over to the heavily injured Yang Hui and Yang Ke and ended their lives. Then, he searched their bodies and found over 1,000 crystal coins that they had on them. As for the combat weapons, he did not find any. The martial skills that the two brothers practiced seemed to be related to their fists and feet, so they did not need to carry the combat weapons with them. As for the elixirs, who would not use them immediately after obtaining them? Why would they carry them around? Over 1,000 crystal coins were better than nothing. Long Yu threw them into the 9 underworld space. Then, he quickly followed the direction in which the fox demon had dragged Feng Hai away. He could smell the unique scent of the fox demon. It was not the stench of a fox, but rather an intoxicating fragrance that refreshed the mind. Following the faint scent, Long Yu moved forward and soon reached the depths of Butterfly Valley. Not long after he left, another group of people, Guo Wei and Jianhei, arrived at the place where Long Yu and the Yang brothers fought. They saw a few winged flying mice trying to drag Yang Hui and Yang Ke's corpses away. The corpses of human martial cultivators were good food for some demonic beasts. Furthermore, the Xianqi in their dantian could be absorbed by the demonic beasts, allowing them to quickly increase their cultivation. Guo Wei and Jianhei ignored the winged flying mice. The demonic beasts were too fast, and they might not be able to catch up. Yang Hui and Yang Ke are dead. Jianhei had a faint look of pity on his face. The two brothers could be said to be famous experts in Mixed Sound City. They had always been the bodyguards of alchemist Feng Hai. It was unexpected that they would die in the Butterfly Valley. It was unknown what kind of ambush they had fallen into. There are traces of a fight nearby. Although Guo Wei said that he was bare-chested and looked bloody and fierce, he was actually very meticulous. He frowned and sniffed the surroundings. Suddenly, he said, "It's that strange smell." The boy named Long Yu has been here and fought here. Here, Jianhei was stunned. He did not expect Guo Wei's nose to be so sensitive. That's right. Not only that, our target also appeared here. I didn't expect that the nest of fox demons would dare to come out. How unexpected, Guo Wei smiled confidently. Next, it'll be much easier for us. As long as we follow the smell of the two people, they won't be able to escape. Last time, Big Brother Guo injured 2 LV6 true Spirit Realm fox demons and found their lair. This time, we must catch them all in one fell swoop. A skinny Jianghu martial cultivator follower said with a smile. Thanks to Brother Guo's nose, we can move forward in the Butterfly Valley so easily. Otherwise, we would have been eaten by the demonic beasts. The rest of the martial cultivators burst out laughing too. With news of their target and opponents, they were in a good mood and walked deeper into the Butterfly Valley. However, they did not know that 2 uninvited guests were following them closely. They were Mo Fengming, a young man in green, and Lu Yuan, a white-haired girl in black. The two of them followed Guo Wei and used some tricks to prevent Guo Wei and Jianhei from noticing that they were being followed. Along the way, Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan did not encounter any danger. It was not until they entered the Butterfly Valley that the two of them noticed the different atmosphere. Even though they were following Guo Wei and Jianhei's team, they had to be extremely careful. Otherwise, they would be easily attacked by the demonic beasts. If we follow them, we will be able to find Long Yu. Mo Fengming's face was handsome, and he always had a calm and composed smile on his face. This time, his first goal was to keep up with Long Yu. This follow had 2 meanings. The first was naturally to find Long Yu and move together with him. The other meaning was, of course, to have actual combat ability. Although Mo Fengming was 2 martial realms higher than Long Yu, Mo Fengming knew that if they really fought, Long Yu would not be afraid of him. In fact, if Long Yu used his trump card, Mo Fengming would not be a match for him. Mo Fengming could not forget the shocking scene when the Dragon of 9 Underworlds appeared in the Imperial Army dojo. Because of this, the Mo family of the Xiang clan helped Long Yu and stood on the side of the Xinfeng family. It was obvious that they thought highly of Long Yu's future. Mo Fengming had naturally come to befriend Long Yu. I can only hope that there is a chance to save his life. This way, things will be much easier in the future. As Mo Fengming thought to himself, he faintly smiled and, together with Lu Yuan, continued to follow Guo Wei and Jianhe. The Xiang clan's Mo clan martial skill, like a shadow. This move was an extremely famous high-grade spirit-level martial skill of the Xiang clan. Once it was used, one could follow the target like a shadow without being discovered. The reason the Xiang clan's Mo clan had its current status and power was closely related to this martial skill, like a shadow. At this moment, Mo Fengming used this martial skill. Together with Lu Yuan, they would not be so easily discovered by Guo Wei and Jianhe. The group was like the mantis stalking the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. At the very front, Long Yu did not know that there was more than one group behind him, nor did he know that Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan were following him. Following the scent of the fox demon, he soon arrived in front of an extremely large ancient tree. At a glance, he saw that there were dozens of tree holes under the ancient tree. They were so big that they could almost fit a person in them. The fox demon with fiery red fur lived in the hollow of this ancient tree. Why did they capture Alchemist Feng Hai? If they just wanted to absorb the profound qi in his dantian, they should have just killed him and dragged him away. Long Yu slightly creased his brow, unable to understand. That fox demon with fiery red fur was definitely at the 6th tier of the true spirit realm. If it wanted to kill Feng Hai, it would have been easy, but it had only dragged Feng Hai away. Even now, Long Yu could still hear Feng Hai's screams coming from the tree hole. It was clear that he was still alive. What was that fox demon trying to do? Who are you? Just as Long Yu was hiding to the side and observing the ancient tree hole, a thought suddenly came from behind him, giving him a fright. He hurriedly turned his head and saw that the fiery red fox demon he had been following had silently appeared behind him. Its intelligent eyes were filled with a strange light as it stared at him. This fox actually knew how to communicate with humans, and it did not use this chance to ambush Long Yu, as if it did not view him as an enemy. Chapter 229. Long Yu and the fiery fox stared at each other for a few breaths' time, not knowing how to respond. This was the first time he had seen a demonic beast actually communicate with him through telepathy. This caught him off guard, and for a moment, he didn't know if he should kill this fox demon. Although the fiery red-furred fox demon's cultivation was at the 6th level of the true spirit secret realm, it was not difficult for Long Yu to defeat it. However, are you thinking about killing me? Just as Long Yu was hesitating, a trace of a smile appeared in the eyes of the fiery fox demon, following which a wisp of thought was transmitted to him. I'm very curious. You're obviously a human, but there's a kind of demonic beast aura coming from your body. The aura of a beast, right? A thought crossed Long Yu's mind, and he immediately recalled the supreme grade spirit grade combat weapon, the lunar wings. The lunar wings were originally called the Wings of the Phantom Valley, but due to the 9 Underworld Dragon Seal, it was modified into the lunar wings with the Law of Een and was upgraded to the supreme grade. The Ghost Valley wings were forged from the wings of a powerful demonic beast in the Ghost Valley, the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy. Even now, it still contains some resentment from the Phantom Valley Envoy. Sometimes, even Long Yu could clearly sense the unwillingness contained in the resentment. Now that he had merged with the lunar wings, the wings of the Phantom Valley Envoy had a faint consciousness, and at the same time, he also had the aura of the Phantom Valley Envoy. I'm guessing that you've merged with a high-grade combat weapon to the degree of heavenly awakening. The fiery red fox demon circled around Long Yu, and a strange expression appeared on its face. This is the first time I've seen a human cultivator that can refine demonic beast corpses into battle weapons that are compatible with the heavenly awakening. Long Yu thought that if it wasn't for the 9 underworld dragon seal, he might not have been able to do it. At the beginning, he had sensed that it was difficult to merge with the wings of the Phantom Valley, not to mention merging with the heavenly awakening combat weapon. However, with the 9 underworld dragon seal, he had actually achieved the impossible goal. Thinking of this, Long Yu concentrated and tried to ask the fiery red fox demon in his mind, "How do I communicate with you?" What he received was the thoughts of the fiery fox, not its language. It could be seen that the communication between demonic beasts was mostly done through thoughts. Therefore, Long Yu concentrated and gave a try. However, this time, it did not work. The fiery fox demon did not receive his thoughts. Could it be that I have to use the lunar wings? Long Yu tried to concentrate his will on the lunar wings and then transmit it to the fiery red fox demon. This time, the fiery fox's bright eyes lit up. That's how we communicate. Most of us demonic beasts use our thoughts to communicate with each other. You can communicate with us through the battle weapon that's compatible with Tianqi. The fire red fox demon was extremely interested in Long Yu, her eyes filled with curiosity. Strange. You are clearly only at the 4th stage of the True Spirit Secret Realm, but you were able to defeat 2 people at the 6th stage of the True Spirit Secret Realm. It's too strange. That's not a big deal. Long Yu shrugged and transmitted his thoughts through the lunar wings. Can you tell me, why didn't you just sneak attack and kill me? First, with my strength, I'm afraid I can't kill you. Second, I need your help. The fiery fox demon said straightforwardly. It had seen Long Yu kill Yang Hui and Yang Ke with its own eyes. Of course, it knew Long Yu's true strength and his sinister and cunning personality. If it had used a sneak attack, the one who would have died would not be Long Yu. You need my help? Long Yu was a little surprised. He then asked, by the way, what do you want to do by capturing the alchemist Feng Hai alive? My parents are injured. I want to capture him and ask him to refine pills for my parents. The fiery fox demon answered directly. You are compatible with the demonic beast combat soldier, so you should be able to understand us demonic beasts. We're the same as you humans. We are all living beings in this world. We have our own thoughts, our own emotions. Long Yu finally understood what was going on. It turned out that because he was compatible with the lunar wings, he had a certain level of affinity with the fiery fox demon. Although alchemist Feng Hai will definitely concoct healing medicinal pellets, those medicinal pellets are meant for human cultivators to consume. Long Yu was a little speechless at the fiery fox demon's thoughts. I'm afraid even the alchemist Feng Hai himself doesn't know what effect the pills he refined will have on you demonic beasts. No matter what, I have to give it a try. The fiery fox demon transmitted its thoughts indifferently, then turned around and hopped towards the tree hole in front of it. Come with me. I'll bring you to see my parents. Long Yu hesitated for a moment. If there were demonic beasts outside, he could still deal with them. But what if he was ambushed after entering the fiery fox demon's lair? Although the fiery fox demon's words sounded nice, in fact, Long Yu would certainly not trust it so much. The human chosen by the Wing Envoy Division, if you don't come with me, you will regret it. The fiery fox demon ran a few steps, but seeing that Long Yu didn't follow, it turned around and transmitted its thoughts to him. The human chosen by the Wing Envoy Division? Long Yu's heart stirred. What did this mean? Wing Envoy Guegu, Division Leader. This fiery fox demon could tell that the Tianqi combat soldier that was compatible with him was refined from the corpse of Wing Envoy Guegu. But what does the division leader and chosen mean? Then let's go and have a look. Long Yu finally made up his mind. This was a rare opportunity to have sex with demons, and the alchemist Feng Hai was also taken away by the fiery fox demon. He was sure that the tribe of the fiery fox demon didn't need a middleman to communicate with the alchemist Feng Hai. Nothing ventured. How could one catch tiger cubs? Without hesitation, Long Yu followed the fiery fox demon all the way into the tree hole of the huge ancient tree. Inside the tree hole, there was another world. Under the roots of the ancient tree, Many huge underground caves had been dug out, and they were connected to each other by underground passages. The tribe that the fiery red fox demon was in had a very large place to live. The stone walls at the edge of the caves were very smooth and looked quite comfortable, without any primitive roughness. Your tribe has quite a lot of members. As long you followed the fiery fox demon, he saw many fox demons passing through the underground caves under the tree hole. When these fox demons saw Long Yu, they all showed obvious hostility, but it seemed that under the comfort of the fiery fox demon, the hostility turned into doubt and curiosity. It's a pity that many of my brothers and sisters died when I escaped. The fiery fox demon's thought came to him, which contained a faint sadness. Escaped? Long Yu was a little puzzled. From the depths of the ghost valley of sky souls. My parents were originally one with the true spirit, but they were injured by a member of the Wing Envoy Gue Gu's tribe not long ago. They are no longer powerful and can only escape to Butterfly Valley to recuperate. The fiery fox demon's sad thought came to him, one with the true spirit. When Long Yu heard this, his heart skipped a beat. He did not expect that the fiery fox demon's tribe was from the depths of the ghost valley of sky souls. Moreover, they were injured by a tribe of the Wing Envoy Gue Gu. If that was the case, why would the fiery fox demon be friendly to Long Yu when he and the Wing Envoy Gue Gu's combat weapon were compatible with Tianqi and carried the aura of the Wing Envoy Gue Gu? Could it be that this was a trap from the beginning to the end? But now, it did not seem to be the case. If there was an ambush in the tree hole, it should have attacked him long ago. It should not have brought him so far in the tree hole. Long Yu could not figure it out no matter how he thought about it. It seemed that he could only find out the truth after meeting the fiery fox demon's parents. Since he had already followed them down, Long Yu would not retreat anymore. Now, all he could do was to move forward bravely. Soon, he heard Alchemist Feng Hai scream again. It came from a cave not far ahead, but it sounded like a harmless scream. The fiery fox demon's tribe wanted Alchemist Feng Hai's help, and before they could communicate with him, they would definitely not abuse him. This Alchemist Feng Hai must have been scared to the point of wetting his pants after being caught in the nest of the demonic beasts. My name is Chi Hua, and you're Long Yu, right? While leading the way, the fiery fox demon transmitted a thought to Long Yu. Chi Hua, it turns out that demonic beasts also have names. The corner of Long Yu's mouth curled up. He was a little surprised. Only you humans are allowed to give names? Can't we demonic beasts? Chi Hua was obviously unhappy with Long Yu's reaction. Let me tell you, the names that we demonic beasts give are much better than the names that you humans give. Just like me, Chi Hua. It means that my fur is as shiny as fire, and I have mastered the law of fire. How appropriate. But in this way, people will be able to guess your ability the moment they hear your name. Won't you be at a disadvantage in a fight? Long Yu replied. He now felt that Chi Hua was quite interesting. Although he had the cultivation of LV6 true spirit realm, his thinking was like that of a child. This, Chi Hua could not refute for a moment, but he quickly gritted his teeth. So what if they can guess my ability? They can't beat me, and if they can beat me, they won't bother to guess my ability. This time, Long Yu did not speak. He did not want to infuriate this little fox demon. That would not be fun. Hey, that alchemist is right in front, but I have to bring you to see my parents first. Chi was skipped ahead and soon led Long Yu to a cave. Here, Long Yu saw Alchemist Feng Hai, who was tied up with thick rattans. He was wearing a golden robe that had been cut into strips by the barbs on the rattans. He looked extremely miserable. When Feng Hai saw Long Yu pass by, his eyes widened in disbelief. Chapter 230. Feng Hai was not surprised to see Long Yu in the demonic beast nest, because perhaps Long Yu had been caught by the demonic beasts and was prepared to be their dinner, just like him. But now, what Feng Hai saw was Long Yu freely following behind a fiery red fox demon, as if he was a guest of this demonic beast tribe. Long Yu did not say anything when he saw Feng Hai. He just looked him up and down, then turned around and followed the fire fox demon Chi Hua into the depths of the cave. Next, he was about to meet Chi Hua's parents the leaders of the fox demon tribe. I wonder what kind of cultivation do they have. Soon, Long Yu found out. When he followed Chihua to a cave in the deepest part of the cave, he saw two larger red foxes resting in the cave. Compared to the size of Chihua's ordinary fox, these two fire foxes were obviously much larger, even comparable to cows and sheep. Thank you for your trust. One of them was a fiery red fox with extremely dense fur. It seemed to be Chihua's father. Its eyes were extremely bright, and when it saw Long Yu, it transmitted a thought to him: I am Lu Hua. Lu Hua was Chihua's father. Long Yu looked over and soon knew that Lu Hua's cultivation had reached LV8 of the true spirit realm. But at this moment, he could only exert less than 10% of his strength. In other words, he was weaker than Long Yu, and he did not know what kind of injury he had suffered. On the other side, there was a fire fox with light eyes, named Yunhua. She was Chihua's mother, and the fox demon tribe they belonged to was called the fire fox tribe. The fox demons of this tribe were born with the ability to sense the power of the law of fire. As for what kind of law of fire they could sense, it varied from fox to fox. After seeing Lu Hua and Yunhua, Long Yu was relieved. The two leaders of the fire fox tribe were both seriously injured. Even if they fought, Long Yu's life would be guaranteed. Everyone, is there anything you need me to help you with? Long Yu was neither overbearing nor servile as he transmitted a question. Correct me. Lu Hua stood up and the corners of his mouth curled up as if he was smiling. In reality, it was not us who called you here. It was the battle weapon that is compatible with Tianqi that guided you here. Oh, what do you mean? Long Yu frowned slightly. The warrior that is compatible with you should be from the depths of the Ghost Valley, one of the clan leaders of the Ghost Valley's winged emissaries. As Lu Hua spoke, he motioned for Chihua to leave first. Little fox demon Chihua didn't stay any longer. Soon, he obediently left the place. Following that, Lu Hua told Long Yu about what had happened in the depths of the sky Soul Ghost Valley not long ago. It turned out that demonic beasts were the same as humans. Not only would they ally with each other, they would also fight with each other. Especially in the depths of the heavenly Soul Ghost Valley, the battles between the demonic beast tribes were especially intense. The Ghost Valley Winged Envoy was a rather powerful demonic beast race in the depths of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. One could even say that they were the left and right arms of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley's ruler. The status of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley was almost equivalent to the status of the General's Long family in the Tang Empire. It could be seen how powerful their race was. It was a pity that recently the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy had an internal strife and split into three large tribes, namely the Soaring Sky Tribe, the Stratagem Tribe, and the Ghost Sect Tribe. Among them, the Ghost Sect Tribe retained the strongest battle power of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy. The other two tribes could only turn to the dark and fight against the Ghost Sect Tribe. As for the Ghost Sect Tribe, they also received the support of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley's ruler. After becoming the Orthodox tribe, they expanded their territory and suppressed the surrounding demonic beast tribes. For example, the Firefox tribe led by Lu Hua and Yunhua was invaded by the Ghost Sect tribe. Their leader was injured, and they were chased out of the depths of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. They could only stay in the Butterfly Valley. The strongest person in the Ghost Valley Winged Envoys tribe was the old tribe leader of the Heavenly People Mystic Realm. It was a pity that the old tribe leader had no successor. After his death, the entire tribe split into three large tribes. Lu Hua continued to transmit his thoughts to Lu Hua. Finally, he talked about the origin of the moon wings on Long Yu's back. The old tribe leader of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy, who had died not long ago, was a powerful being in the Heavenly People Mystic Realm. He only had one son, who had also reached the 9th level of the true spirit realm. After the internal strife broke out, the old tribe leader's son led the Soaring Sky tribe to fight against the Ghost Sect tribe, who wanted to seize power. In the end, he fell into a trap and was killed. He was seriously injured and fled. In the end, he died in the Butterfly Valley. His body was taken away by a human cultivator who happened to pass by. As soon as the old patriarch had died, His son had been slaughtered by the ghost sect. This obviously showed that the ghost sect was completely and utterly intent on seizing power. Moreover, after the ghost sect tribe became the leader of the ghost sect tribe, they were extremely ruthless. They had already driven away and destroyed many demonic beast tribes so that they could occupy more cultivation resources. Because of their ruthless methods, the ghost sect tribe became the target of all the demonic beast tribes in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. However, the Ghost Valley Winged Envoys tribe was powerful and had countless connections with the ruler of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. Ordinary demonic beast tribes did not dare to do anything to the ghost sect tribe. This Ghost Valley Winged Envoy is actually the son of the old tribe leader. After listening to what Lu Hua said, Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. He had originally thought that the demonic beast's resentment came from being killed by a human, but now it seemed that this was not the case. This Ghost Valley Winged Envoy was seriously injured by his own tribe members. In the end, his body was picked up by a human cultivator and was brought back to be refined into a battle weapon. If Long Yu had not coincidentally come to the Fire Fox tribe, he would probably never know this secret in his lifetime. However, why did Lu Hua tell him so much? You want me to go against the ghost sect tribe of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy? I don't want to die. Long Yu thought to himself. In the depths of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley was a real demonic beast kingdom. With his current true spirit realm power, there was only death for him if he entered. There was no chance of him getting lucky. So, young man, if you want to be more compatible with this battle weapon of yours, then you should follow his will after his death and take back the ghost sect tribe that was controlled by the traitor. As Lu Hua spoke, he shook his head. It's a pity that your current martial realm is too low. Not to mention dealing with the ghost sect tribe, even the Butterfly Valley. Your life is not guaranteed. That's right. Long Yu nodded. In that case, I should wait until I become stronger before coming back. At least, I should wait until I reach the realm of oneness of heaven and man. How long will that take? 5 years? 10 years? Lu Hua smiled calmly. Why don't you think about how to quickly raise your martial realm? Once the son of the old tribe leader of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy died, the entire Soaring Sky tribe will be without a leader. According to what I know, the Soaring Sky tribe has been thinking of choosing a new tribe leader. What has this got to do with me? Don't tell me that I have to compete for the position of the Soaring Sky tribe's tribe leader. Long Yu was puzzled. He wanted to quickly raise his martial realm, but not only did he need a large amount of elixirs or inner cores of demonic beasts, he also needed sufficient battle experience to make it easier for him to break through. That's right. Lu Hua's thoughts traveled over and instantly shocked Long Yu. To compete for the position of the tribe leader of the Soaring Sky tribe, one of the tribes of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy, Long Yu instantly felt that Lu Hua was joking with him. Do you think it's impossible? Lu Hua smiled indifferently. You don't know. The respect that we demonic beasts have for our leader far exceeds the respect that you humans have for your king. The battle weapon that you and the son of the old tribe leader refined is compatible with Tian Qi, which is equivalent to inheriting his will. As long as you have enough power and courage, it's not impossible for you to become the tribe leader of the Soaring Sky tribe. The problem is that I don't have enough power now. Long Yu spread out his hands. Anyway, he would not do it no matter what. It was too dangerous, and even if he succeeded, so what? The Soaring Sky tribe of the Ghost Valley Winged Envoy is different from our Fire Fox tribe. Lu Hua's thoughts continued. Although the members of our Fire Fox tribe all understand the power of fire, we are born without the elixir heart, so we can't refine elixirs. But the Soaring Sky tribe is different. The old tribe leader always has a powerful alchemist under him. If you can gain his trust, won't it be easy for you to raise your martial realm? There was also an alchemist among the demonic beasts. Long Yu had learned something new this time, but this alone was not enough for him to take the risk. Lu Hua was indeed a sly old fox. He actually wanted to make Long Yu jump into the trap and help the Fire Fox tribe to fight against the Ghost Sect tribe. Did he really think that Long Yu was a fool? Of course, now was not the time to fall out with Lu Hua. After all, he was still on the other side's territory. Let's talk about this another day. Long Yu laughed and changed the topic. He transmitted his thoughts. Chief of the Flowing Fire Tribe, how are your injuries? Are they serious? What elixirs do you need to recover? The elixirs of the demonic beasts are slightly different from those of you humans. Lu's face darkened, and then he transmitted his thoughts. But now we can't get the healing elixirs of the demonic beasts, so we can only try the elixirs of you humans. That golden-robed alchemist outside, in your human country, should be good at refining elixirs, right? I don't know about that. Even if he is good at refining elixirs, I can't guarantee that he will do his best for you. Long Yu shook his head. In my opinion, Chief of the Flowing Fire Tribe, it's better for you not to think about that alchemist. It's better to trust me than Feng Hai, the alchemist. Long Yu thought to himself. He had helped Elder Bai to refine the black-level elixir previously, so he had some experience in refining elixirs. Moreover, with the dragon seal of the 9 underworlds, he did not need to worry about whether he had the elixir essence or not. With regards to refining elixirs, Long Yu only lacked 2 things. The first was the knowledge and principles of the various medicinal herbs, and the second was the practical experience. If he could learn how to refine elixirs, it would be much more convenient for Long Yu. It was a pity that in a place like the Fire Fox Tribe, there were definitely no opportunities for Long Yu to learn elixir refining. Suddenly, a panic commotion could be heard from the surface of the tree hole. It seemed like all the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox Tribe were in a mess. At the same time, Long Yu seemed to hear a familiar voice coming from outside. However, as it was a distance away, he could not hear clearly what the other party was saying. Father, Mother, there are human martial cultivators invading. There are 2 at the 6th level of the True Spirit Realm and 4 at the 5th level. Chapter 231. Human martial cultivators were invading? Long Yu stared blankly for a moment before he thought of a person, the half-naked Guowei. At the entrance of the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, Guowei had informed Mixed Sound City of Long Yu's whereabouts, so that alchemist Feng Hai could chase after him. Guowei had led his men to wait at the entrance of the valley. Obviously, he was not there to chat, but to prepare for a large-scale hunting mission. 2 at the 6th tier of the True Spirit Realm. Could it be that Guowei had found another helper at the same martial arts realm? While Long Yu was thinking, Lu had already stood up and ordered, "Let's go out and have a look." "Father, your injury?" Little Fox Demon Chihua was a little worried. "It's okay. Let's go out and have a look. This time, we have to rely on you to protect our tribe." Lu was stared at Chihua with gratification and encouragement in his eyes. Now, in the entire Fire Fox tribe, besides Chihua, who was at the 6th tier of the True Spirit Realm, no one else could fight against the human martial cultivators who were invading. Without a doubt, they could only rely on Chihua. When Lu was sent out this thought, he seemed to glance at Long Yu inadvertently. "You even have ideas about me?" Of course, Long Yu knew what Lu Hua meant. He sent out a thought. "Don't worry, Chief Lu Hua. If they are my enemies, I will help you." This was very clear. If it was really Guowei and his men who were invading the Fire Fox tribe, Long Yu would definitely stand on the Fire Fox tribe side and fight against Guowei. After all, Guowei had offended Long Yu first, and Long Yu had killed one of Guowei's men. This was already a feud. As long as there was a chance, it would be a life-or-death situation. Guowei did not take Long Yu seriously. He wanted to use Long Yu's information to inform Mixed Sound City and do them a favor. This kind of behavior naturally meant that he was standing on the opposite side of Long Yu. "If you don't provoke me, I won't bother with you. But if you provoke me, I will kill you." Long Yu's way of thinking was not arrogant or overbearing. But in a world like the Heavenly Mandate continent where martial arts were respected, it was the safest way to protect oneself. If it didn't kill Guowei, Long Yu wouldn't be able to rest easy. "I hope that those human cultivators are your enemies." Lu Hua looked meaningfully at Long Yu. Then, together with the little fox demon Chihua, they sprinted towards the entrance of the tree hole. As for Chihua's mother, Yinhua, she did not communicate with Long Yu at all. For monster beasts, gender hierarchy was very important. With Lu Hua around, Yinhua did not need to say anything. He only needed to watch from the side. Soon, Long Yu followed the two firefoxes, Lu Hua and Chi Hua, to the entrance of the tree hole. They found dozens of firefoxes retreating into the depths of the tree hole. When they were invaded, all the members of the Firefox tribe took action. Several Firefox demonic beasts at the 5th tier of the True Spirit Secret Realm were cautiously blocking the invaders at the entrance of the tree hole. As they did not know what was in the lair of the Firefox tribe, the invaders did not barge in. Instead, they harassed them from the outside. Wait for them to come in. Lu was squatted down near the entrance of the tree hole. He was not in a hurry and instructed Chi Hua with his thoughts. Although Chi Hua was still young, he was not inexperienced. At this moment, there was no nervousness in the little fox demon's eyes. Instead, there was only seriousness and vigilance. Obviously, after seeing his father, Lu Hua, the little fox demon Chi Hua calmed down. I checked earlier. The leader of the Firefox demonic beast tribe was seriously injured. He must have been driven out from the depths of the Tianhun Ghost Valley. Don't worry. Then let's kill our way in. Be careful of the little fox demon's sneak attack. After all, he has reached the 6th tier of the True Spirit Secret Realm. If we are not careful, we might really fall into his trap. Outside the tree hole, there were several people discussing. Finally, Long Yu confirmed the identity of the other party. It was really Guowei. Guowei had led his remaining 4 LV5 True Spirit Realm subordinates to target the Firefox demonic beast tribe. This guy really knew how to pick his target. The 2 leaders of the Firefox demonic beast tribe were seriously injured. Only the little fox demon Chi who could fight with Guowei. If he could find another LV6 True Spirit Realm martial practitioner, they could easily uproot the Firefox demonic beast tribe. Among them, just the 2 leaders of the Firefox demonic beast tribe were worth a lot. Lu Hua was originally a LV8 True Spirit Realm demonic beast. It could be inferred that Lu Hua's inner elixir was equivalent to a spiritual level elixir to a human martial practitioner. It was easy to imagine how attractive it was. Long Yu had thought of this before. However, he did not intend to kill Lu Hua and take his inner elixir. There were not many opportunities to interact with demons. Moreover, Lu Hua knew a lot about the depths of the Tianhun Ghost Valley. Long Yu would not lose the bigger picture because of a small gain. If he could find out more about the depths of the Tianhun Ghost Valley, it would be very convenient for Long Yu in the future. His greatest advantage over other martial cultivators was that he was able to practice the art of beasts. As Guowei and the rest finished their discussion outside the tree hole, several figures appeared at the entrance of the tree hole. They charged towards the depths of the cave, where Chi Hua and Long Yu were lying in ambush. Guowei took the lead. The thin long scar on his bare arm made him look extremely ferocious. As for the other expert at the 6th level of the True Spirit Secret Realm, he was wearing black clothes, a black hat, and a black scarf. His entire person looked extremely strange and sinister. This person was Jianhei. Of course, Long Yu did not know his name. He only knew that this person was definitely not weaker than Guowei. Guowei and Jianhei led their men into the nest of the Firefox demonic beast tribe. They were immediately attacked fiercely. Many LV5 True Spirit Realm Fox demonic beasts that were guarding the entrance of the tree hole started to spit out different colored flames towards Guowei and Jianhei. Help! Help! At this moment, Alchemist Feng Hai's voice could be heard from the depths of the cave. It was obvious that Alchemist Feng Hai had overheard the conversation between Guowei and Jianhei in his moment of despair. His hope of survival had been ignited. Hearing the voice, Long Yu's expression changed. Following this, the thing that he was worried about finally happened. Alchemist Feng Hai shouted for help while reminding everyone, be careful of Long Yu. He has teamed up with the demonic beasts. Be careful not to be ambushed by him. Long Yu teamed up with the demonic beasts? The faces of Guowei, Jianhei, and the others instantly wore solemn expressions. Although it sounded unbelievable, Long Yu was too strange. They could not treat him as an ordinary person. It was possible that he had teamed up with the demonic beasts. Be careful. Guowei, Jianhei and the rest instantly became even more cautious. Long Yu cursed in his heart. In this way, even if he were to launch a sneak attack now, Guo Wei and Jianhei would be prepared, and it would not be easy for him to succeed. He did not expect that alchemist Feng Hai, who had been caught in nick of time, would spoil his plans. Lu Hua was apologetic about this. He rarely had the experience of capturing human martial artists alive and had forgotten to gag alchemist Feng Hai's mouth. As for Long Yu, he did not expect Guo Wei to lead the crowd to attack the tribe of the fire fox demonic beasts. He had been too careless. But even if it was a head-on battle, I might not lose to you, Guo Wei. Long Yu was even more focused. He hid in a groove in the cave and was ready to strike at any time. Little fox demon Chi Hua let out a soft cry, and his entire red body darted out. At the same time, he released the realm of the law of Chi Hua, filling the entire cave with the power of the law of Chi Hua. It's that little fox demon. Kill it. Guo Wei's eyes lit up, and two blood-red flying daggers appeared in his hands. With a thought, the true spirit of the blood-red flying daggers appeared behind him, and the stench of blood spread throughout the cave. As Guo Wei's true spirit of the blood-red flying daggers appeared, the power of the law of Chi Hua in the cave was completely suppressed by the stench of blood. Then, little fox demon Chi Hua's true spirit was released. 9 tails. 9 tails formed from flames. Chi Hua's true spirit appeared, and the power of the law of Chi Hua's realm of the law of Chi Hua instantly increased, once again suppressing Guo Wei's stench of blood. It's actually a 9-tailed true spirit, a rare species. Let's capture it alive. Guo Wei's eyes lit up when he saw it, and he kept the blood-red flying daggers in his hands. Such a rare species had to be captured alive. A fox demon with a 9-tailed true spirit was worth more than 100 times more alive than dead. It was precisely because of this that Guo Wei and the rest were overjoyed. This little fox has actually formed a 9-tailed true spirit. Long Yu hid at the side, looking a little surprised. However, he did not know what a 9-tailed true spirit meant to a fox demon. Seeing Guo Wei keep the 2 blood-red flying daggers, Long Yu decided to make his move. There was no time to lose. Of course, from his previous battle with Guo Wei, Long Yu knew that Guo Wei was not easy to deal with. Even though he kept the flying daggers, he was definitely guarding against Long Yu's sudden attack. Drunk and reclining in the Yellow Springs, Long Yu threw a simple punch, gathering the aura of the netherworld. The formless spirit of the Yellow Springs suddenly appeared behind Guo Wei. Swoosh! Guo Wei was already prepared for this. Before Long Yu threw a punch, he had already reacted. His entire body turned into a blood-red light as he charged at Long Yu. Even the spirit of the Yellow Springs could not restrain him in time. Yellow Springs Barrier. Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. This Guo Wei was indeed not easy to deal with. The Yellow Springs Barrier appeared, and Guo Wei's 2 blood-red flying daggers smashed the Yellow Springs Barrier into pieces. The difference in their basic strength was too great. I'll cover you. Chi Hua had seen Long Yu kill the Yang brothers, Yang Hui and Yang Ku, so he had confidence in his strength. At this moment, Chi Hua's 9-tailed true spirit was released, filling the entire cave with high-temperature flames, forming a layer of flame shield in front of Long Yu. Chapter 232. Jianhei's aura exuded a strange and mysterious aura. When Chi Hua and Long Yu joined hands to attack, Jianhei finally made his move. The black hat on his head suddenly flew up, and he threw it aside. What appeared in front of everyone was a bald head covered with scars. This bald head would make an ordinary person's hair stand on end. No one knew why Jianhei had become like this. At this moment, the dozens of scars on his bald head exuded an evil aura and condensed into the shape of a little ghost in front of him. Ghostmark Law. This condensed little ghost contained the Dark Jade level Ghostmark Law. As soon as it appeared, it roared and rushed toward Long Yu. Something's wrong. Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. He immediately waved his hand, and the Yellow Spring Barrier immediately condensed. Although Chihua had condensed a flame shield in front of him, he was not at ease. When he saw the evil little ghost condensed by Jianhei, he felt a little uneasy. As expected, the evil little ghost floated over and was not stopped by Chihua's flame shield at all. It went straight through the flame shield and continued to attack Long Yu. Be careful, this little ghost is not a real body. It is just a phantom and will not be affected by any Xin Qi or real bodies. Chihua, the leader of the Fire Fox tribe, was very knowledgeable and immediately warned them. Its target is your spirit and brain. It turned out to be a little ghost that attacked the spirit. Long Yu was shocked. How could he guard against such an attack? However, the next moment, he found that when the little ghost approached his yellow spring barrier, it obviously hesitated for a moment before deciding to go through it. When it went through the yellow spring barrier, it was actually corroded by the netherworld qi contained in the yellow spring barrier. The netherworld qi can actually deal with this little ghost. Long Yu was delighted. It seemed that the netherworld qi was indeed one of the most powerful forces in the world. In that case, there was no need for him to be polite. 9 Nether Dragon Fist, drunk in the yellow springs. Long Yu punched out, and the yellow springs path immediately extended, enveloping the little ghost in an instant. After letting out a blood-curdling scream, it was quickly annihilated in the air. This scene caused Jianhei's expression to change greatly. For a long time, the mysterious Jade level law, the Ghost Mark law, that he had comprehended by chance had always been successful. He had even driven opponents with a higher martial arts realm than him crazy. But now, the little ghost that he had condensed using the power of the Ghost Mark nomological law had been easily destroyed by Long Yu. Although the Ghost Scar Imp was only his simplest means of attack, Jianhei did not expect Long Yu to be so strong, which made him feel the need to change his strategy. Immediately after, Guowei's 2 blood-colored flying daggers emitted saber lights continuously as they flew towards Long Yu. Blood Saber Lotus! Guowei displayed this upper spiritual level martial skill. Suddenly, countless blood-colored saber lights flew all over the sky, like blooming petals, spreading out and attacking Long Yu from all directions. There were even some blood-colored saber lights that shot back from other directions, attacking the little fox demon Chihua behind Long Yu. Yellow Springs Barrier. All Long Yu could do now was to defend. Guowei's attack was so fierce that he had no time to rest. Once he gave up defending, he would be killed by the blood-colored saber lights in the next moment. As for Jianhei's Ghost Mark law, a little ghost suddenly floated out and harassed Long Yu, causing him to be tired of dealing with it. Fortunately, Chihua's flame shield could block a lot of the blood-colored saber lights for him. Otherwise, Long Yu would have been defeated and killed in a 1 versus 2 fight. It can't go on like this. Long Yu felt that the Xin Qi in his body was quickly depleted. Finally, he could only choose to release the real body of the Sun, True Spirit. Suddenly, the heaven-suppressing Sun, True Spirit rose from behind him, emitting a tyrannical pressure that slightly slowed down Guowei's fierce attack. The next moment, the Taiyin force, a cold and gloomy aura swept through the entire cave in an instant, enveloping Guowei and Jianhei, causing their movements to slow down significantly. Thunder Force, Long Yu shouted, and the power of the Thunder Force instantly erupted. The whole cave was filled with lightning and thunder, and the 9 Nether concept condensed at the tip of the 9 Nether Dragon Spear. Reverse Scale Touch. After being stained with Long Yu's blood, the 9 Nether Dragon Spear, which contained infinite destructive lightning, flew towards Guowei like a flowing light. Blood Saber Shield Wall. Guowei was not in a hurry. He withdrew the 2 blood-colored flying sabers and slightly curled the corner of his mouth, forming an extremely wide layer of blood-colored barrier. Blood Saber Shield Wall. Long Yu could sense that the defensive ability of Guowei's move was several times stronger than the Yellow Springs barrier that he had used. The fundamental reason was that Long Yu's martial Dao realm was too low. Although he could rely on some advantages to contend with an opponent at the 6th level of the True Spirit Secret Realm, if he could not win for a long time, he would gradually be at a disadvantage. Ghost marked chaotic dance. Just as Long Yu took the initiative to attack and Guo Wei withdrew his defense, Jianhe and he cooperated seamlessly. A large wave of the power of the ghost marked chaotic dance suddenly condensed into a tornado, bringing with it an extremely gloomy aura as it swept towards the depths of the cave. The tornado formed by the ghost marked chaotic dance covered the entire cave. Its target was not only Long Yu and Qi Hua, but also the large group of demonic beasts from the Firefox tribe behind them. Awakening Samsara Palm, Long Yu stood in front of him. His eyes flickered with a bright light as he punched out. The power of reincarnation exploded, causing the power of the tornado, formed by the chaotic dance of ghost marks, to decrease by more than half. The Netherworld Qi was the nemesis of the ghost mark chaotic dance. Long Yu then released the Netherworld realm that he had comprehended. A wave of Netherworld Qi spread out from the ground and instantly blocked the ghost mark chaotic dance. Jianhe's ability was completely restrained by Long Yu, which made Jianhe's face very ugly. "It's not easy," Jianhe said in a deep voice. The scar on his bald head was very shocking. "Retreat first." Guo Wei's face also darkened. He did not expect that a mere fourth level of the true spirit's secret realm, Long Yu, would be so difficult to deal with. Even when he and Jianhe worked together, they still could not break through his defense. The two of them slowly retracted their power, as if they were preparing to retreat. However, at this time, Long Yu was extremely vigilant. Guo Wei and Jianhe were very cunning. On the surface, they said they were going to retreat first. Who knew if they would turn back and attack? Soon, the two of them retreated out of the tree hole. After attacking for a long time without success, there was no need for stalemate. It seemed like Guo Wei and Jianhe really felt that Long Yu was not easy to deal with. As Long Yu breathed a sigh of relief, a glimmer of expectation flashed in his eyes. The awakening samsara palm that he had just used at the peak of the realm had finally allowed him to see the future. What he saw this time was the super powerful martial arts technique, the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions, which he had obtained when he condensed the real spirit entity. The Dark Dragon's 9 explosions was a super powerful martial arts technique inherited from the Great Desolation era. It far surpassed all the grades of martial arts techniques in the Heavenly Mandate continent. The mortal level martial arts technique, spiritual level martial arts technique, and even black level martial arts technique were all trash in front of the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions. It was a pity that this martial arts technique was too difficult to practice. Moreover, Long Yu had never had the time to calm down and practice it. Fortunately, he had comprehended the awakening samsara palm that was at the peak of the realm. He could see the scene of his future self using the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions and practice it before the battle. The Dark Dragon's 9 explosions is a Great Desolation level martial arts technique. It surpasses all the martial arts techniques in the Heavenly Mandate continent. Once this move is used, it can let out 9 dragon roars, causing the world to explode. Each explosion is stronger than the last. When it reaches the 9th explosion, it can almost shatter the entire world. Long Yu recalled the description of the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions in his memory and was naturally looking forward to it. The introduction of this martial arts technique might be a little exaggerated. However, for the dragon of the 9 underworlds that could destroy the world, it was not something that was impossible. The Dark Dragon's 9 explosions. Each explosion was stronger than the last. The 9th explosion was the most powerful. Long Yu saw the scene of him executing the Nether Dragon 9 explosions in the future when he executed the Palm Awakening Reincarnation. The first explosion, gaining the upper hand. With a punch, a dragon roar sounded. Immediately after, the world where the target was would explode. Weaker opponents would not even be able to withstand this explosion and would die. The second explosion, Illusory Dragon's Roar. After the first explosion, the opponent would have some awareness. However, this second explosion was not an actual sonic attack. Instead, it was an illusory sound used to harass the opponent. Out of the 7 consecutive illusory dragon's roars, only one could truly cause the world to explode. If he succeeded in learning the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions, he would be able to use the first explosion and gain the upper hand. If he wanted to use the second explosion, illusory dragon's roar, he would have to comprehend the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions to the small success stage. The deeper his comprehension, the more he would be able to use the sonic boom. The foundation of the Dark Dragon's 9 explosions is the aura of the 9 underworlds, or the laws of the 9 underworlds. If my comprehension of the laws of the 9 underworlds can surpass the concept and reach the level of the charm of the world, the power of this Dark Dragon's 9 explosions will greatly increase. Long Yu closed his eyes. Not long after, he suddenly opened them again. Although Guo Wei and Jianhe had led their people to retreat, Long Yu did not relax at all. Be careful. Long Yu transmitted his thoughts to the little fox demon, Qihua. Almost at the same time, a creepy little ghost scream came through the ground above everyone's heads. Jianhe's ghost mark law could pass through all physical and Xianqi barriers, including the ground. After Guo Wei and Jianhe retreated to the ground, they attacked the Fire Fox tribe's nest with the ghost mark law. In an instant, the little ghost scream resounded through the entire cave. Most of the Fire Fox demonic beasts fell into a panic and temporarily lost their ability to think. Then, an earth-shattering rumble came from above. Guo Wei had led his people to attack the ground with great force, trying to make the entire Fire Fox tribe's nest collapse. Dark Dragon's 9 explosions, hitting the bull through the mountain. Long Yu abruptly opened his eyes, and with the ground that was about to collapse, he punched upwards. Chapter 233. Following the roar of a 9 underworld's dragon, which seemed to come from a void, Long Yu directly blasted out the first explosion of the underworld dragon's 9 explosions through the thick layer of ground. In his memory, the first explosion of the Dark Dragon 9 explosions was only to gain the upper hand and was not very powerful. In other words, it was only used to scare the enemy. But even so, after the explosion of the dragon roar, a few groans could be heard from the ground. They were obviously injured by this move. Among them were Jianhe's and Guo Wei's groans. That punch just now, little fox demon Qi was stared blankly at Long Yu. When he felt the terrifying power contained within that punch, he was incomparably shocked. At the side, Lu's eyes lit up. Wasn't this human martial arts practitioner too powerful? It was completely different from his own martial arts realm. To be able to cross 2 martial arts realms to block and even injure the opponent, such a being had never appeared in the entire Ghost Valley. However, only Long Yu knew the pain after unleashing the Dark Dragon 9 explosions. The repercussions were too great. Long Yu's punch triggered the 9 underworld dragon roar. Although it was powerful and could injure Guo Wei and Jianhe through a layer of ground, his entire body stiffened after unleashing this move. However, he just executed this move when his entire body became extremely stiff for a time. The 9th hell, Qi, penetrated his body and actually caused a strand of backlash to him. The Dark Dragon 9 explosions actually has a backlash. Long Yu's heart trembled. He could feel that if he wanted to move now, he could only unleash the second explosion of the Dark Dragon 9 explosions. But if he did that, the backlash from a 9 underworld aura would be even more powerful. In other words, once the Dark Dragon 9 explosions was unleashed, either he or his opponent would die. This was a method that would cause both sides to suffer. Moreover, Long Yu did not know how to unleash the second explosion of the Dark Dragon 9 explosions. After unleashing that punch, he could only wait for the backlash from the 9 underworld aura. This move is a little too dangerous. Long Yu's heart trembled. He knew that it was best not to use this Nether Dragon 9 explosions under normal circumstances. Otherwise, it could easily bring him endless danger. Fortunately, the little fox demon, Crimson Fire, was by his side, protecting him. There shouldn't be any problems. Long Yu's entire body stiffened as he stared blankly at the ground collapsing above him. gradually filling up the entire cave. Little Fox Demon Chihua, as well as some of the other 5th-level Firefox Demon Beasts, immediately used their strength to push away the collapsed soil, quickly revealing the entire cave. If they did not do that, many of the young fox demonesses would have been crushed to death by the thick soil. Such a loss was not something the Firefox tribe could afford. Long Yu and Little Fox Demon Chi appeared on the ground in the dense ancient forest. At a glance, they could see people on the ground in a mess. Guowei and Jianhei spat out mouthfuls of blood and fell to the ground. Obviously, their injuries were not light. As for the 4 LV5 true spirit realm subordinates they brought with them, their meridians and internal organs were shattered and they fell to the ground dead. A single Nether Dragon 9 explosions killed thousands of experts. Even Long Yu himself was deeply shocked by the terrifying power of this move. Is this the power of a great desolate-level martial skill? Although Long Yu was unable to move, the might of this Nether Dragon 9 explosions made him wild with joy. At the very least, at the crucial moment, he had another trump card that could destroy indiscriminately. Thank you, my friend Long Yu. The Fox Demon Tribe leader, Lu Hua, leaped up from the ground and looked at Guowei and Jianhei, who were lying on the ground. His bright eyes were filled with a murderous glint. This was the nature of demonic beasts. Chihua killed him. Under Lu Hua's command, Little Fox Demon Chihua did not hesitate and released his 9-tailed true spirit from afar. The red fire territory instantly covered the entire area. Then, Little Fox Demon Chihua formed 2 red fire tails, which entangled Guowei and Jianhei, who were injured by Long Yu. Kill. Against human martial artists, Chihua did not show any mercy at all. With the activation of his dark chi, the 2 red fire tails exploded and an infinite amount of fire energy surrounded Guowei and Jianhei. Save me! Guowei screamed and called for help from Long Yu. At this moment, as they were both human martial artists, he could only pin his hopes on Long Yu. It was impossible for Long Yu to not be touched when he saw the demonic beast killing people. However, it was a pity that he could not save Guowei and Jianhei even if he wanted to. This was because after using the Nether Dragon 9 explosions, his entire body was stiff and corroded by the 9 underworld chi. He could not move for almost an hour. If not for the fact that he needed to ensure his own safety, he would definitely not use this move again. The feeling of being restrained was too unbearable. In an instant, Guowei and Jianhei were engulfed by the 2 red fire tails and were almost burnt to ashes. Without any hesitation, Little Fox Demon Chihua pounced forward and grabbed the 2 burnt corpses and dragged them back. Chihua glanced at Long Yu and seemed to be hesitant. Don't worry about me. Just do what you need to do. Long Yu transmitted his thoughts. It was said that if a demonic beast killed a human martial artist, it would devour their dantian, just like how a human martial artist devoured a demonic beast's inner core. However, this was only a rumor. Long Yu had not seen how a demonic beast devoured a dantian. After receiving Long Yu's message, Chihua did not hesitate anymore. It opened its mouth and inhaled through the air, sucking a thick dark chi from Guowei and Jianhei's dantian into its body. The dark chi that came from a human martial artist's dantian could not be absorbed by other martial artists. Only demonic beasts could absorb it. It was like consuming elixirs, which could improve one's martial arts realm. Then, Chihua did not stop. Instead, it urged Guowei and Jianhei's real spirit to absorb the real spirit essence. A demonic beast that had condensed its real spirit into a real spirit would contain the demonic spirit essence. In contrast, the real spirit of a human martial artist would naturally contain the real spirit essence. From this aspect, human martial artists and demonic beasts were natural opposites. When the 2 sides met, it could be said that they would fight to the death. Because of this, Long Yu cherished the opportunity to interact with the demonic beasts of the Firefox tribe. It was a great opportunity to learn more about demonic beasts. Perhaps in the near future, it would bring him many benefits. After absorbing the dark qi from Guowei and Jianhei's dantian and the real spirit essence from their real spirit bodies, Qihua seemed to be going through a change. The nine-tailed real spirit behind it became more and more solid. It was as if it was gradually merging with the world. The world was the nine-tailed real spirit, and the nine-tailed real spirit was merging with the world. Is it going to enter the realm of real spirit as one? Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. He did not expect Qihua to be ready to enter the realm of real spirit as one after absorbing Guowei and Jianhei's power. It seemed that the nine-tailed real spirit that Qihua possessed was not an ordinary existence. Otherwise, it would be impossible for it to enter the realm of real spirit as strong as it was at such a young age. Stop! At this moment, an anxious shout came from the bushes at the side. It was a human martial artist. Long Yu, Qihua, and Lu Hua's expressions changed. Could it be that there was another group of human martial artists apart from Guowei and Jianhei? Then, Long Yu and the demonic beast saw two figures running out from the bushes. One of them wore a green robe and looked handsome. He carried a long sword on his back and exuded the aura of the Law of Yin. It was Mo Fengming from the Mo clan, LV6 True Spirit Secret Realm. As for the other person, she was dressed in black, and her long white hair fluttered in the wind. Her skin was exquisite and translucent, as if it could be broken by the slightest breeze. At this moment, a trace of worry and nervousness hung on her delicate and charming face. It was Lu Yuan. Seeing her, Long Yu could not help but frown. Why was Mo Fengming with Lu Yuan? And why was she here? Long Yu, are you all right? Lu Yuan immediately ran towards Long Yu the moment she appeared. At the same time, she kept an eye out for the fiery red fox demonic beasts in the fire fox demonic beast direction. Long Yu could not help but feel puzzled when he saw the hint of worry in Lu Yuan's starry eyes. Did Lu Yuan appear just to save him? Unfortunately, Long Yu's body was stiff and he could not move or even speak. He could only communicate with the demonic beasts through his thoughts. Don't worry, we'll get you out of here, Mo Fengming said confidently. He grabbed the long sword on his back and held it in front of his chest, ready to deal with the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox tribe at any time. He had finally found a chance to save Long Yu. One of his goals for this trip was to build a good relationship with Long Yu. Now that he had saved Long Yu and made Long Yu owe him a favor, their relationship was set. Little Fox Demon Qihua was at the critical moment of entering the unity of true spirit realm and naturally had no time to care about Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan. If the two of them had any designs on Qihua, all the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox tribe would definitely swarm him. Mo Fengming alone might not be able to stop them. Luckily, the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox tribe knew, from Long Yu's thoughts, that these two were Long Yu's friends and had no ill intentions towards Long Yu. Let's go first, Mo Fengming said in a low voice when he saw that the demonic beasts did not move and retreated cautiously. As for Lu Yuan, she supported the stiff Long Yu and retreated with Mo Fengming. While Long Yu was puzzled, he was also glad that the two sides did not fight. Otherwise, he would be in big trouble. Mo Fengming had probably sensed that Qihua was advancing and did not dare to stay any longer. Follow them, seeing that the three of them were about to disappear. Qihua was about to give the order. However, before he could finish his words, an eerie laughter came from the sky. Since when did the Fire Fox tribe fall into the same trap as humans? Chapter 234. To the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox tribe. This shrill laughter was all too familiar. Lu Hua raised his head and saw the two winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley flying towards him. It's the Ghost Sect tribe, two powerful beings at the 7th level of the true spirit realm. Are they trying to kill us all? Lu Hua's heart skipped a beat, and all the demonic beasts of the Fire Fox tribe became nervous. The winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley were the ones who had injured Lu Hua and his wife. Now, they were not letting them off and had sent two members at the 7th level of the true spirit realm to kill the entire Fire Fox tribe. Obviously, This was to prevent the Fire Fox tribe from retaliating in the future. Little Fox Demon Chi was nine-tailed true spirit meant that he had terrifying potential. Father, I'm here. Little Fox Demon Chi looked away from Long Yu and the rest. He then raised his head and looked at the two winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley. Its bright eyes flashed with a trace of hatred. Now that he had finally advanced to the 7th level of the true spirit realm and reached the realm of unity of true spirit. Even if his opponents were two at the 7th level of the true spirit realm, he could still fight them. You are no match for them. Lu's eyes were filled with unwillingness. Was the entire Fire Fox tribe going to be destroyed, just like that? They could not withstand the two winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley at the 7th level of the true spirit realm. Although Little Fox Demon Chi Hua had just advanced to the same realm as them, he was definitely no match for them. Everyone run in different directions and try to survive. Lu Hua's eyes flashed with sadness. As the tribe leader of the Fire Fox tribe, Lu Hua was seriously injured and could not use his powers at the 8th level of the true spirit realm. He could not even guarantee the safety of the tribe. What a failure! How can we run? Little Fox Demon Chi Hua thought that he had heard wrongly and looked at Lu Hua in confusion. We have no other choice but to survive. Lu Hua's face darkened. There's no time, let's go. You can look for that human martial arts practitioner, Long Yu. It's very likely that he will cause trouble for the Ghost Sect. At that time, you can take revenge for me. The communication between demonic beasts was all through telepathy. The thoughts that Lu Hua conveyed to the Little Fox Demon Chi Hua were not received by Gue Gu Yi. All of you are dead. The two wing envoys of the Gue Valley grinned as they spread their wings and charged towards the Fire Fox tribe. Their first target was the Fire Fox tribe's main leader, Crimson Fire. One of them was the tribe leader of the entire Fire Fox tribe, and the other was not only the son of the tribe leader, but he was also the most talented person in the entire tribe. Hence, Lu Hua and Chi Hua had to die. Lu Hua. When the two Ghost Valley wing envoys galloped down, Lu Hua's eyes revealed a determined look. Then, he raised his head, and a burst of fiery light instantly exploded from under his feet. Not only did the flaming light sweep towards the two winged envoys in the sky, but also pushed Chi Hua to the side, causing him to roll to the side. At this moment, Lu Hua actually released the power of the 8th level of the true spirit realm. Father. Seeing this, the Little Fox Demon Chi Hua's heart trembled, as if it was about to be torn apart. He clearly knew how serious his father's injuries were. Usually, he had to use 90% of his power to suppress the Ghost Sect Chi in his body. Now that Lu Hua had released all his power, it meant that he was allowing the Ghost Sect Chi to wreak havoc in his body. If this continued, in less than an hour, Lu Hua would die from the Ghost Sect Chi in his body. He's really going all out. Seeing this, the two Ghost Valley wing envoys wanted to fly away. But since Lu Hua had released all his power, how could he let them escape so easily? Come back. Lu Hua's fiery red first stood up, and a flaming tornado appeared behind him, instantly trapping the two Ghost Valley wing envoys in it. Don't fight him head-on. The two Ghost Valley wing envoys knew how powerful he was, so they did not fight him head-on. Instead, they started a deal with Lu Hua. Once they tried to escape, Lu Hua would release his power and trap them. It could be said that the two Ghost Valley wing envoys were completely trapped by Lu Hua. The survival of the tribe was always the most important thing for the demonic beast tribes. In the face of danger, Lu Hua risked his life to stop the strong enemy, and then the rest of the Fire Fox demonic beasts ran in all directions. The further they ran, the more likely they could survive. In any case, they could no longer stay in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. As for where they wanted to go in the future, they could only take it one step at a time. Apart from the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, the surrounding vast territories were all human cultivators' territories. If these Fire Fox demonic beasts left the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, the possibility of them surviving was next to nothing. Of course, there was at least a slight chance of survival. If they stayed in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley, they would eventually be caught by the Ghost Sect envoys and killed one by one. Chi Hua did not hesitate. Although the one who stayed behind was his father, he knew what was more important. The most important thing now was to protect his own life and prepare for revenge in the future. Chi was still remembered the direction in which Long Yu and the rest had left. Its cute, fiery red body hurriedly scuttled into the dense forest, chasing after Long Yu. Lu Yuan supported the stiff Long Yu. Waves of fragrance assailed Long Yu's nostrils, making him feel refreshed. From time to time, Long Yu would inadvertently touch some parts of Lu Yuan's body that he should not touch. The wonderful touch was simply fascinating. Mo Fengming led the way in front. He had already achieved his goal of coming to the Butterfly Valley, which was to catch up with Long Yu, and even make Long Yu owe him a favor. Therefore, what he needed to do next was, of course, to bring Long Yu out of the Butterfly Valley and back to safety. However, as Long Yu's body gradually recovered, he was finally able to speak. Lu Yuan, I can move now. Long Yu was the first to speak in a low voice. In this Butterfly Valley, where danger lurks in every corner, the moment a human voice is heard, it would either scare away the weaker demonic beasts or attract the stronger demonic beasts. Long Yu is not that stupid to talk loudly to attract the demonic beasts. Lu Yuan nodded and tried to loosen her grip on Long Yu's arm. Seeing that he could really walk on his own, she finally heaved a sigh of relief. Why are you here? Long Yu asked directly. Hearing Long Yu's question, Lu Yuan glanced at Mo Fengming's back and said softly, The Qingqing Pavilion has been disbanded, so Mo Fengming and I came to look for you. The Qingqing Pavilion had been disbanded? Long Yu was stunned for a moment. He did not expect such a thing to happen. It seemed like the left prince of Tang Dynasty, Chu Chaoxing's plan had succeeded. What about your father? Long Yu asked hurriedly as he thought of a problem. Lu Yuan's father had been afflicted with the Hell Seed. If he was not taken care of, it would be a disaster if he was killed. I sent him to the Feng family in the Imperial City and asked your godfather to take care of him. Lu Yuan said. The Feng family in the Imperial City? Long Yu immediately understood. Feng Chang'e had moved the Feng family from Jade Pass City to the Imperial City. This was a good thing. At least the cultivation resources and environment in the Imperial City were much better than in Jade Pass City. With Feng Chang'e taking care of Lu Yuan's father, nothing should happen to him. Long Yu shook his head and temporarily put this matter aside. He then said, Actually, I don't have any enmity with those demonic beasts. No enmity? Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan were both confused when they heard this. This matter is a little complicated. Let's not talk about it. Long Yu looked at the two of them and shook his head. He did not tell them about his relationship with the demonic beasts. After so many interactions, Long Yu trusted Lu Yuan more. However, Long Yu still could not figure out Mo Fengming's true intentions. Of course, he could not tell him everything. Let's go. A powerful demonic beast is catching up. It seems to be that fire fox. Mo Fengming walked in front. Suddenly, he felt a powerful flame aura coming from behind him. His expression changed. The advancement is complete. Long Yu's heart skipped a beat. He immediately felt the aura of little fox demon Chihua. However, before he was dragged away by Lu Yuan, he seemed to have heard some demonic beast coming to the fire fox tribe to cause trouble. He did not know what was going on. At that time, Long Yu's body was stiff, and he did not notice anything specific. Now, that little fox demon Chihua had rushed over. It must have something to say to him. Or perhaps it wanted to capture him and make him act as a translator between the Fire Fox tribe and Alchemist Feng Hai. Long Yu did not object to this. Little fox demon Chihua was too fast. Even though Mo Fengming kept increasing his speed, he was still much slower than Chihua. Not long after, a little fox demon with fiery red fur came out of the forest behind the three of them and jumped onto Long Yu's shoulder. This gave Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan a fright. Lu Yuan was right beside Long Yu. Although she was shocked, she reacted quickly. Her sword flashed and slashed at the little fox demon on Long Yu's shoulder. Stop! Long Yu hurriedly stopped Lu Yuan. It was not that he was afraid that Lu Yuan would hurt little fox demon Chihua, but if she angered the little fox, Lu Yuan's cultivation level would not be enough to defeat it. It's my friend, Long Yu added. Only then did Lu Yuan stop. At that moment, Long had already transmitted a thought to little fox demon Chihua, telling him that Lu Yuan and Mo Fengming were his friends and not to attack them. It was obvious that little fox demon Chihua was very depressed. It did not pay much attention to Lu Yuan and Mo Fengming. It just lay on Long Yu's shoulder, its eyes filled with sorrow. After a while, it finally transmitted a thought to Long Yu. My father is fighting 2 winged envoys from the ghost sect to protect the tribe. Our Firefox tribe is disbanded. The Firefox tribe was disbanded. So suddenly, Long Yu frowned slightly. When he left, he thought that little fox demon Chihua had reached the true soul as one realm, and that the Firefox tribe would rise again, allowing them to return to the depths of the Ghost Valley of Heavenly Souls. But he did not expect to encounter the invasion of the Ghost Valley's winged envoys, forcing Chihua to use all his strength and burn his life to buy time for the tribe members to escape. What about you? Long Yu's heart stirred as he subconsciously transmitted a thought. I'll follow you for now. Chapter 235. Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan felt uneasy with the LV7 True Spirit Realm little fox following them. To Mo Fengming, demonic beasts had always been used to kill them, take their inner cores, and absorb demonic chi to improve one's martial Dao realm. But now, Long Yu seemed to have developed a friendship with this little fox demon. That was unbelievable. However, Chihua, LV7 True Spirit Realm little fox demon, was lying on Long Yu's shoulder obediently. It was obvious that it had some sort of relationship with Long Yu. Friend. Lu Yuan looked at Long Yu, then at little fox demon, then at Long Yu, then at little fox demon. Her starry eyes flickered with doubt, but she did not ask any questions. Long Yu seemed to have a lot of secrets. I might go after defeating the Gosek tribe, but not now. That was the only thing Long Yu could tell Chi was expectations. The Ghost Sect tribe could send out 2 Ghost Valley Wing messengers at LV7 True Spirit Realm. Such a demonic beast tribe was not something that Long Yu could fight against. Not to mention that the Ghost Sect tribe was deep in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. It was still a question whether Long Yu could enter. Watch out ahead. Suddenly, the little fox, Chihua, stood up from Long Yu's shoulder, its eyes filled with vigilance. Following its movement, a huge demonic beast suddenly appeared in the dense thicket and charged at Mo Fengming and Long Yu at an extremely fast speed. It's a LV6 True Spirit Realm Wild Wolf. Mo Fengming immediately reacted with a solemn look in his eyes. The wild wolf was huge and much taller than an adult. Most importantly, the appearance of a wild wolf meant that there were many of its kind nearby. If they did not gather together, the wild wolf would not move at all. Chihua, the young fox demoness on Long Yu's shoulder, spat out a scarlet fire tornado that attacked the ferocious wolf that was charging at them. A shrewd look flashed in the wild wolf's eyes as it quickly leaped backwards. Clearly, it had sensed that the scarlet fire from the young fox demoness was not something it could withstand. Mo Fengming, Long Yu, Lu Yuan, and the little fox demon, Chihua, were forced to a halt. In the dense forest around them, pairs of eyes that looked like willow, the wisps appeared one after another. Each pair of eyes represented a wild and vicious wolf surrounding them. We are surrounded. Long Yu frowned slightly. He could sense the killing intent emanating from the dozens of ferocious wolves around them towards the 3 of them. It was Gui Gai who ordered them to come. The nearby fierce wolf tribe only has 3 leaders at the 6th level of the True Spirit Realm. Little fox demoness Chihua was extremely familiar with the surrounding terrain and calmly analyzed, if the 3 of us split up to deal with the 3 leaders, it should not be a problem, but little fox demoness Chihua's thoughts were halfway through its transmission before it looked at Lu Yuan. Clearly, it felt that Lu Yuan was a burden and that this woman was troublesome. Furthermore, when it jumped onto Long Yu's shoulder, Lu Yuan had actually wanted to attack it. This made Chihua dislike Lu Yuan even more. Lu Yuan looked back and clearly saw through Little Fox's thoughts. she said lightly. If you want to kill me, go ahead. I have the ability to protect myself. Forget it. Long Yu shook his head and shouted to Mo Fengming. Brother Mo, protect Lu Yuan. Chi Hua, and I will deal with the leader. No problem. Be careful. Brother Long, Mo Fengming nodded solemnly. Long Yu did not have time to think about how Mo Fengming addressed him. He immediately charged into the surrounding wolves with little fox demoness Chi Hua. Gue Gai had ordered the entire fierce wolf tribe to surround them. It was obvious that he wanted to delay them until the two Gue Gai envoys got rid of the Firefox tribe's leader. If the two Gue Gai envoys at the 7th level of the True Spirit Realm caught up, it would be difficult for Long Yu and the rest to escape from Butterfly Valley. Therefore, Long Yu had to defeat this pack of wild and ferocious wolves as quickly as possible. Killing all 3 leaders of the wild fierce wolves was undoubtedly the fastest way to defeat this pack of wild fierce wolves. Long Yu and Little Fox Demoness Chi was split up. Through his perception of killing intent, Long Yu quickly found the location of one of the wild wolves' leaders' location. He rushed towards that direction alone. Blocking in front of Long Yu were 2 fierce wolves at the 5th level of the True Spirit Realm. These 2 demonic beasts did not know how powerful Long Yu was. When they saw that a mere 4th level True Spirit Realm human cultivator dared to charge towards them, their eyes flashed fiercely and they bared their fangs, ready to drink blood at any time. However, in the next moment, Long Yu's body instantly released the Taiyin force, instantly freezing these 2 wild and fierce wolves. 10,000 kill. Long Yu held the 9 nether dragon spear in his hand. Boundless killing intent and destructive lightning flickered at the tip of the spear. With a sweep of the spear, the heads of the 2 wild wolves were instantly shattered, annihilated by the destructive lightning. Kill. Long Yu killed 2 wild wolves with a single spear strike. His aura did not decrease at all as he charged forward bravely. In the next moment, what appeared in front of him was a wild wolf at the 6th stage of the True Spirit Realm. Roar! An ominous glint flashed across the eyes of this wild and ferocious wolf. Towards Long Yu, who had killed 2 of its tribe members, it had already decided to kill him. The fierce wolf opened its mouth, and its fangs flashed with a blood-red light. A pair of blood-red fangs appeared behind it. At this moment, Long Yu felt like he was surrounded by countless blood-red fangs, and a fear rose from the bottom of his heart. This fierce wolf's strength is not bad. Long Yu's heart trembled as he calmed his mind. It was not easy for him to not be affected by the law domain released by the other party. Then, he released the power of the heaven-suppressing domain and used the heaven-suppressing sun, True Spirit, to fight against the fierce wolf's blood-red fangs. Roar! The fierce wolf was focused on fighting against Long Yu's True Spirit. It revealed a fierce glint, as if it was going to bite Long Yu into pieces and swallow him. However, at this moment, Long Yu was making a diversion. He pretended to use the Sun True Spirit to fight against the fierce wolf, but in fact, he was secretly punching out a 9 nether explosive flow. The dense netherworld aura gathered beneath the feet of the ferocious wolf, which made the ferocious wolf feel that something was amiss. However, when it was about to escape, it felt an invisible force completely binding it. In the next moment, the 9 nether explosive flow gushed out. The netherworld spirit's binding effect was not very effective against a 6th rank True Spirit Realm expert or demonic beast. It could only bind them for a breath's time. However, in this breath's time, Long Yu could kill his opponent. In just a short moment, Long Yu had finished off a wild wolf. Mo Fengming's eyes lit up at the sight of his ferocious fighting style. Mo Fengming was in the 6th rank True Spirit Realm, but in terms of fighting strength, he knew that he was not as good as Long Yu. After all, Mo Fengming was definitely not Yu Qianning's opponent, but Long Yu had defeated Yu Qianning in the 7-clan martial competition. Brother Long is amazing. Mo Fengming's eyes flashed with admiration, but behind the admiration was endless curiosity. Where did Long Yu's martial skills and strength come from? Mo Fengming did not want to explore other people's secrets. But if he could walk together with Long Yu, he might be able to gain a new understanding of martial Tao under his influence. On the other side, Little Fox Demon Chi Hua's battle ended even faster. After all, Chi Hua had stepped into the 7th rank True Spirit Realm and reached the unity of True Spirit Realm. The 9-tailed True Spirit appeared behind Little Fox, and with a casual sweep, it could send a normal fierce wolf flying. Even if the two fierce wolf leaders joined forces, they would not dare to fight Chi Hua head-on. The unity of True Spirit Realm could increase the power of the laws comprehended by martial cultivators or demonic beasts by more than 10 times. Only by reaching the unity of True Spirit Realm could a martial cultivator or demonic beast truly form a connection with heaven and earth. Little Fox Demon Chi Hua fought against two fierce wolves at the same time, but he did not show any signs of losing. Instead, he became braver as he fought. Soon, Chi Hua burned through the forest and opened up a path. The two ferocious wolf leaders looked extremely ferocious, but they were very timid. Although they were under the orders of Envoy Gue Gu, these fierce wolves had their own thoughts, and they were not willing to be controlled by others and lose their lives. Stop the Fire Fox in the 7th rank True Spirit Realm. Even if they lost their lives, they might not be able to do it. Because of this, the remaining two fierce wolf leaders did not take the initiative to attack Chi Hua, nor did they fight Chi Hua head-on. As for the wild fierce wolf leader that was killed by Long Yu, it seemed that it did not expect Long Yu to be so strong, so it was caught off guard and died. Let's go. Long Yu watched Chi Hua suppress the two fierce wolf leaders, then returned to Mo Feng Ming and Lu Yuan's side, and followed behind Chi Hua with the two of them. Chi Hua moved forward, leaving a scarlet path behind him. Mo Feng Ming, Long Yu, and Lu Yuan were able to advance along the Scarlet Fire Avenue, but the other wild and vicious wolves did not dare to approach the Scarlet Fire Avenue. This was because once they approached, they would be burned by the flames that extended from the Scarlet Fire Avenue. The entire pack of fierce wolves was divided into two groups, closely following Long Yu and the others. Although they did not dare to disturb them, they followed closely. Demonic beasts like the fierce wolves were not slow, and even Chi Hua could not do anything to them. The only thing they could do now was to leave Butterfly Valley as soon as possible. However, after being delayed by the pack of fierce wolves for a while, the two Envoy Gu seemed to have caught up. Chapter 236. The Ghost Valley Envoy had caught up. Little Fox Chi would turn around and saw the two Ghost Valley Envoy flapping their wings above the forest. His eyes were filled with deep hatred. The appearance of these two Ghost Valley envoys meant that the entire Fire Fox tribe had been destroyed by them. Chi Hua's father, Lu Hua, had also been killed by them. They're catching up. Long Yu's heart sank. The two Ghost Valley winged envoys were powerful existences at the 7th level of the True Spirit Realm, and their greatest advantage was that they could fly. This meant that the two Ghost Valley envoys were in an invincible position. Demonic beasts at rank 7 True Spirit Realm. Who are they coming for? Mo Fengming's face darkened when he saw the situation above the forest. No matter who they are coming for, if we don't unite and fight back, we'll all die. Long Yu said in a low voice. The Ghost Valley envoys were most likely here to kill Little Fox Chi Hua. However, how could they let the few human cultivators go? To the two Ghost Valley envoys, Long Yu, Mo Feng Ming, and Lu Yuan did not have much fighting power, but they're flying in the sky. How are we going to deal with them? If we keep running like this, they'll catch up. Lu Yuan used her movement technique, Alluring Dance. Her speed was not slow, and she could barely keep up with Long Yu, who had slowed down. However, no matter how fast they ran, they could not be faster than the two Ghost Valley envoys flying in the sky. Furthermore, there was a large group of ferocious demonic beasts eyeing them from both sides. We can attack now. We can't let them leave Butterfly Valley. The two Ghost Valley envoys looked at each other and nodded. Then, they swooped down towards Little Fox Chi Hua, who was leading the charge. At the start, the two fellows were flying too high, so Long Yu and the rest could not see them clearly. Only now, when they swooped down, did the three of them finally see what the two Ghost Valley winged envoys looked like. They were two humanoid, demonic beasts with wings and feathers on their bodies. Their hands were very short, and it could be deduced that they did not usually use their arms. The most eye-catching part of them was their pair of wings. To be able to fly freely in the sky before reaching the heavenly being's secret realm, apart from ordinary birds, only these bird-type demonic beasts could do so. Of the two Ghost Valley winged envoys, one of them had grayish-white wings dotted with some black spots, giving it a sinister appearance. The other wing was bright red, as if it was formed from blood. It was extremely bloody. The Ghost Valley wings that I obtained were originally pure white. However, because they were modified by the 9 underworld dragon seal with the laws of the moon, they became gray wings and were engraved with 9 underworld runes. A thought flashed through Long Yu's mind, and just at this moment, he suddenly felt the lunar wings behind him move restlessly. What was going on? Long Yu's eyebrows furrowed slightly. He sensed that the vague consciousness generated by the moon wings seemed to have generated an even stronger resentment when the two Ghost Valley wing envoys from the Ghost Sect clan approached them. By the way, the original Ghost Valley wing envoy of my lunar wings was the tribe leader of the Soaring Sky tribe. He was killed by the members of the Ghost Sect clan. Long Yu immediately understood what was going on. After a long time, the two Ghost Valley wing envoys who were flying in the sky turned out to be the enemies of his lunar wings. But even so, what could they do? Long Yu didn't think that the lunar wings could help him in any way. No matter how much he increased his speed, he couldn't outrun the two Ghost Valley wing envoys in the sky. Nine-tailed True Soul, Red Fire Whirlwind. Faced with the two Phantom Valley emissaries swooping down, the little fox demon, Crimson Fire, immediately released her 9-tailed True Spirit. She flung out 2 Crimson Fire Whirlwinds that surged towards the Phantom Valley emissaries. At this moment, the two wild fierce wolf leaders who were wandering on both sides finally found an opportunity. 2 giant fierce wolves, with fierce light flashing in their eyes, instantly pounced on Long Yu, Mo Feng Ming, and Lu Yuan. Together with them were several LV-5 True Spirit Realm wild fierce wolves. Fight! Long Yu bellowed. The 9 nether dragon spear in his hand was suddenly filled with endless killing intent. He threw it at one of the LV-5 True Spirit Realm wild fierce wolves like a meteor, instantly piercing through its head. Then, Long Yu punched one of the wild fierce wolves. 9 nether dragon fist, Samsara awakening. The 9 nether chi instantly spread out. At this moment, the wild fierce wolf that Long Yu had chosen as his target seemed to be on guard. After all, not long ago, another leader of the wild fierce wolf tribe had died under a similar punch from Long Yu. However, after being on guard for a while, the wild fierce wolf leader realized that there was nothing binding him. Instead, a strange force had pulled down his cultivation by 1 level. LV-5 True Spirit Realm. The wild fierce wolf's leader had never encountered such a strange situation before. He instantly panicked. Then, Lu Yuan's body turned into a flowing light sword shadow. Holding a pair of scarlet short swords, she performed the residual shadow sword dance that she had just comprehended to the great accomplishment realm. Instantly, 2 flowing light sword shadows crossed each other and emitted the most beautiful sword light. They danced in the air, and in the next moment, the wild fierce wolf's leader's head was cut off. Lu Yuan's strength was not only at the LV-4 True Spirit Realm. Like Long Yu, she had comprehended the law of Yin from the heavenly steel's force of heaven and earth. At this moment, when the force of Yin was released, it instantly froze all the wild fierce wolves in the surrounding LV-5 True Spirit Realm, slowing them down. Taiyin Sword Slash. Unlike Long Yu and Lu Yuan, Mo Feng Ming did not use the extreme Yin fragments he had obtained to comprehend the laws of extreme Yin. He only used the Tai Yin fragment to forge a Tai Yin sword, a transcendent spirit-level combat weapon similar to the Star Sea Sword. In the hands of Qi Guang from the Falling Rain Sword sect, the Star Sea sword could not display much of its power. This was because Qi Guang's understanding of swordsmanship was not deep enough. However, in the hands of Mo Fengming, the power of the Tai-yin sword was completely different. Tai-yin sword slash. As the sword slashed down, sword Qi swept across and condensed into a beam of Tai-yin flowing light. In an instant, it pierced through the head of the wild, fierce wolf, killing it on the spot. This was the first time Long Yu saw Mo Fengming in action. He did not expect it to be so shocking. ALV-6, true spirit realm wild fierce wolf leader, was killed by Mo Fengming with a single slash. Although Mo Fengming shouted Tai-yin, sword slash, everyone knew that the swordsmanship he used was definitely a transcendent spirit level sword skill passed down from the Mo clan of the Tang dynasty. As for what it was called, Long Yu could not guess. Kill these wild fierce wolves. Long Yu observed the front and found that the little fox Qi Hua was struggling to resist the attacks of the two Gu winged envoys. Although it was very difficult, he still managed to hold on. As long as they killed these wild fierce wolves, they could help Qi Hua and at least relieve some of the pressure on him. They could fight while leaving the territory of Butterfly Valley. Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan dashed out separately and attacked the scattered wild fierce wolf demonic beasts. Long Yu moved and was about to kill some wild fierce wolves as well. But at this moment, the moon wings on his back flapped and glided toward where the little fox Qi Hua was. Isn't this hatred a little too much? Long Yu could feel the hatred from the vague consciousness in the moon wings and could not help but feel a little puzzled. Although the moon wings were compatible with the moon wings and increased his speed greatly, the moon wings also had their own consciousness. At this moment, the moon wings were a little out of Long Yu's control. Unless Long Yu had the same idea and wanted to fight the Gu winged envoys of the Ghost Sect tribe. Since they want to fight, let's fight. Let's see how powerful an expert at LV7 of the true spirit realm is. Long Yu is full of fighting spirit. At this point, he had to fight. Moreover, if he could kill these two Gu winged envoys, he would definitely gain a lot. However, when facing an opponent at LV7 of the true spirit realm, Long Yu would not be able to keep his two trump cards. You're in the way. Seeing Long Yu rushing toward the little fox Qi Hua, the red-winged Gu winged envoy hissed and swooped down toward Long Yu with a sneer. The flying speed of the Gu winged envoy was much faster than that of Long Yu with the moon wings. Halfway down, the red-winged Gu winged envoy finally found that the moon wings on Long Yu's back were made from the corpses of the Gu winged envoys. Sin cannot be redeemed. Sin cannot be redeemed. The red-winged Gu winged envoy was immediately enraged. He did not know which Gu winged envoy Long Yu's moon wings were made from. Otherwise, he would have been a little wary of Long Yu. But now, he only saw Long Yu as a boy at LV4 of the true spirit realm with a superb combat weapon. He had underestimated the enemy. Long Yu could see the contempt in Gu Yi's eyes, and he couldn't help but secretly rejoice. Underestimating the enemy was the first step to your death, Long Yu thought in his heart, after which he actually flapped his lunar wings and took the initiative to fly towards the scarlet-winged Gu wing envoy. At the same time, he gathered the netherworld Qi in his fist and punched towards the Gu winged envoy. You really dare to come and die. The red-winged Gu winged envoy's ferocious face was filled with endless killing intent. He flapped his wings, and a rain of red arrows appeared out of nowhere and fell from the sky. Yellow Springs Barrier. Long Yu raised his hand and gathered the netherworld Qi to form the Yellow Springs Barrier. The rain of red arrows was completely blocked by the Yellow Springs Barrier. As the Gu winged envoy had underestimated Long Yu and did not use his full strength, it allowed Long Yu to completely block his attack. And the Gu winged envoy's underestimation of Long Yu's punch also caused him to be completely restrained by the invisible spirit of Yellow Springs, unable to move for a moment. When the aura of the netherworld came into contact with him, Long Yu suddenly felt that the degree of compatibility between him and the lunar wings seemed to have risen again. Chapter 237. If it was said that when a martial cultivator and a combat weapon were in harmony, the combat weapon would produce a vague consciousness. Then, if the combat weapon reached the realm of harmony and spirit fusion, the vague consciousness would become clear. At this moment, Long Yu could clearly feel that the vague consciousness in the lunar wings had suddenly become clear. It was the resentment left behind by the winged envoy of Gu after his death. It had merged with the law of Yin and the law of 9 underworlds, producing a new consciousness. As soon as it was formed, it showed deep hatred towards the winged envoy of Gu. Fly. Long Yu could only feel the shouts of that consciousness. Immediately after, the lunar wings unfurled even more. With a flap, Long Yu actually flew up steadily. Harmony and spirit fusion with the lunar wings allowed Long Yu to really start flying. Kill it. From the lunar wings, a wisp of consciousness entered Long Yu's mind. This was the consciousness that he could clearly feel from the lunar wings. I want to, but it's a pity that it's too strong. Long Yu's face darkened. Even though he had fused with the lunar wings and could fly freely in the air, it was still too difficult to kill wing envoy Gu with the bright red wings. The difference between their martial arts realms was too great. Just in terms of basic strength, the difference was close to 10 times. The only reason why Long Yu was able to survive a single exchange was because the other party had underestimated him. Otherwise, Long Yu would have died in a single exchange. Lunar, sword slash, Mo Fengming's shout came from the dense forest below. Then, a ray of lunar sword light broke through the air and attacked the winged envoy of Gu. It had been bound by the yellow spring spirit formed by Long Yu's lying drunk yellow spring fist. Unfortunately, it quickly broke free. When the tying sword light came, the scarlet-winged Guzi sneered disdainfully. Then, he flapped his wings and flew into the sky, easily dodging the sword light. Unable to fly, Mo Fengming could not help Long Yu at all. She would do it. Long Yu took the opportunity to transmit a thought to the little fox demon Chi Hua, who was not far away. The scarlet-winged Gu wing envoy flew higher and higher into the sky. Of course, Long Yu would not foolishly chase after him. On the contrary, he had to take this opportunity to join forces with the little fox demon Chi Hua as soon as possible to kill the grayish-white winged envoy Gu. If they succeeded, they could turn the disadvantage into an advantage. Not far away from them, Chi Hua and the gray wing messenger were fighting fiercely. The gray wing messenger emitted a thick, grayish-white ghost energy, clashing with Chi Hua's 9-tailed true spirit. When Chi Hua received the message from Long Yu, he grinned because he knew the crucial moment had come. Scarlet Fire Tornado. Chi Hua activated the 9-tailed true spirit's true form, and a storm of flames swept toward the gray-winged envoy with the 9-tailed true spirit at the center. This was the strongest move Chi Hua had ever used. Wherever the fire tornado passed, the entire forest was set ablaze. No matter how old the ancient trees were, they were all buried in the sea of fire. Against the scarlet fire tornado, the gray-winged envoy could only retreat. However, he did not notice that Long Yu was approaching him at an extremely fast speed. Be careful. When the scarlet-winged envoy saw this, he immediately warned Long Yu with a solemn expression. Then, he flapped his wings and chased after Long Yu at high speed, hoping to stop Long Yu. He had just exchanged a blow with Long Yu. Although he did not think that Long Yu was very strong, this human cultivator still had the strength to threaten them. If the gray-winged envoy was restrained by Long Yu, wouldn't it be terrible if Chi Hua used his killer move? Therefore, the scarlet-winged envoy did not hesitate to chase after him. Unfortunately, its speed, when compared to the speed of Long Yu, who had fused with the lunar wings, was still slightly inferior. Dragon of 9 Nether, true spirit emerge. This time, Long Yu did not hide anything. Facing a LV7 true spirit realm opponent, Gu, if he did not use his full strength, he would definitely be defeated. Compared to dying in Butterfly Valley, Long Yu would definitely give it his all. Releasing the dragon of Nine Nether's true spirit would have an unknown side effect, which made Long Yu feel uneasy. But no matter what, it was better than dying now. The Nine Nether Chi instantly burst out and spread out into the surrounding forest. A dragon of Nine Nether's true spirit materialized behind Long Yu in an instant. The pair of dragon eyes seemed to have come from the Yellow Springs. With one look, both the gray-winged envoy and the scarlet-winged envoy could not move, and even their consciousness was completely frozen. Kill! Without hesitation, Long Yu punched the Yellow Springs' drunken underworld fist at the gray-winged envoy. At the same time, Little Fox Chihua was surprised by Long Yu's dragon of Nine Nether true spirit, but he did not stop at all. He waved his little claws, and suddenly, the nine-tailed true spirit condensed a violent scarlet fire that enveloped the gray-winged envoy. The Nine Nether Chi and the violent scarlet fire completely enveloped the gray-winged envoy. The gray-winged envoy, who was stunned by the dragon of Nine Nether true spirit, did not have any chance to resist. At this moment, he was completely engulfed by the violent scarlet fire, and his entire body was enveloped in flames. A tragic scream came from the mouth of the gray-winged envoy, who had woken up, but it was too late for him to wake up. Being hit by Chihua's violent scarlet fire, the gray-winged envoy was instantly seriously injured. On the other hand, Long Yu's Yellow Springs' drunken underworld fist did not cause much damage to the gray-winged envoy. After all, there was a huge gap between their martial realms. Without Chihua, even if Long Yu released the Dragon of Nine Nether True Spirit, it would be impossible for him to defeat the Tuguegu Igu E. This true spirit. Mo Feng Ming and Lu Yuan were shocked once again. Even though the two of them had seen Long Yu release the Dragon of the Nine Underworld during the martial competition of the Seven Sects, they were similarly completely terrified by it and practically stopped thinking, so they didn't have the time to be shocked. But now, Long Yu's release of the Dragon of Nine Nether's true spirit had only deterred two Ghost Valley winged envoys. Moreover, he was observing it from a close distance. It was a giant dragon that seemed to have come from the Nine Hells. Its entire body was pitch black, and it exuded a mysterious and strange aura. Its long tail was coiled, and its eyes were fixed on the two Ghost Valley wing envoys. The scarlet-winged envoy finally came back to his senses at this moment. However, as soon as he came to his senses, he was swept by the dragon of the Nine Underworld's true spirit's tail. He fell to the ground and created a deep pit in the dense forest. Kill! Long Yu transmitted his thoughts to Crimson Fire. Without any hesitation, Crimson Fire opened his mouth and spewed out a crimson firestorm towards the crater. Crimson flames covered the entire dense forest. In the middle of Butterfly Valley, flames soared into the sky, and a large portion of the dense forest was plunged into a sea of fire. Be it the grayish-white-winged envoy or the scarlet-winged envoy, they were bombarded by the crimson firestorm. Although they didn't die, they were severely injured. It was extremely difficult for them to fly and escape, much less continue fighting. Poof! Long Yu held the dragon spear of the Nine Nether and gathered endless killing intent. He stabbed the spear into the scarlet-winged envoy's chest and shattered his heart meridian. Retrieve. The dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit was retrieved by Long Yu. However, the surroundings were still filled with the aura of the river of the Netherworld, which gradually extinguished the crimson flames that covered the entire mountain. Fortunately, the two Ghost Valley Wing envoys were finished off by Crimson Fire. It could be considered a temporary victory in this battle. However, the aftereffects of releasing the Dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit twice in a short period of time finally showed. When Long Yu retrieved the Dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit, he felt as if a powerful consciousness from the primordial era had invaded his mind. This primordial consciousness was extremely powerful. With the strength of Long Yu's current consciousness, he couldn't resist it at all. No matter how strong Long Yu's willpower was, he was no match for the other party. Sensing that the primordial consciousness was trying to invade his sea of consciousness, Long Yu immediately endured the pain and fought against the primordial consciousness. Originally, Long Yu felt that releasing the dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit was inappropriate. Now, it seemed that there was indeed endless danger hidden within. Long Yu, what's wrong? Lu Yuan was the first to notice that something was wrong with Long Yu. She hurriedly ran over and reached out to support Long Yu's body. I'm fine. Long Yu broke out in a cold sweat. As Lu Yuan supported him, the primordial consciousness that was trying to invade his mind suddenly disappeared. It was as if it had never existed. It vanished without a trace. However, he was sure that the primordial consciousness had definitely appeared before. The dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit? Long Yu's forehead was covered in cold sweat. He thought to himself, could it be that releasing the dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit will awaken the dragon of the Nine Nether's true spirit and allow it to take over my body? How terrifying! Long Yu's heart sank when he sensed that the primordial consciousness was so powerful that he couldn't resist it. All along, he had treated the dragon seal of the Nine Nether as his greatest trump card. No matter when, he would always use his hidden trump card to resolve any crisis. However, it seemed that the dragon seal of the Nine Nether had indeed strengthened his strength, but it also buried a great hidden danger for him. If the primordial consciousness was completely invaded, Long Yu didn't know what would happen to him. Would his consciousness disappear? Would he become a walking corpse? Or could it be that the primordial consciousness had taken over his body and was using his identity to walk the world? The dragon of the Nine Nether, the dragon's successor, consort Yu. Long Yu's eyes flickered fiercely. One day, he would find all of them and unravel all the mysteries, especially that blurry and beautiful figure in his memory. Who exactly was Concubine Yu? Why did she carve the dragon seal of the Nine Nether on Long Yu's chest? Reaching the heaven-being realm seemed to be just the beginning. And now, Long Yu was only at the fourth layer of the true spirit realm. There was still a long way to go before he could reach the heaven-being realm. Hurry up and deal with the corpses of the two winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley. We should be on our way. At this moment, Mo Fengming was the most rational. He pointed at the two charred corpses of the winged emissaries of the Ghost Valley and said in a deep voice, with such a big battle taking place here, it would definitely attract a lot of demon beasts. Chapter 238. The corpses of two LV-7 true spirit realm demonic beasts were extremely valuable. Long Yu, I'll leave them to you. Mo Fengming glanced at Chi Hua and joked, with that little fox around, I wouldn't dare to touch the corpses of the demonic beasts. Moreover, it's all thanks to you and the little fox that we managed to kill these two demonic beasts. You deserve it. Lu Yuan flicked her snow-white hair and looked at Long Yu. Long Yu did not say anything else and took 2 steps forward. He swept the 9 Abyss Dragon Spear and took out the inner core of the Gu Envoy. At the same time, he activated the 9 Abyss Dragon Seal and started to absorb the essence of the demon spirit. With the release of the 9 Underworld Dragon True Spirit, the 2 Ghost Valley Winged Envoys didn't even have the chance to release their true spirits before they were burned to death by Long Yu and the little fox demon Chihua. It was a pity that this brought a huge hidden danger to Long Yu. After this incident, that tyrannical and terrifying primordial consciousness was even closer to Long Yu. There was no telling when it would suddenly appear and seize control of Long Yu's body. Next time, I can't release the true spirit of the 9 Abyss no matter what, Long Yu thought to himself. Soon he absorbed all the demon spirit essences of the 2 Gu Envoy and swallowed one of the inner cores. Long Yu could only take 1 inner core of the same type of demonic beast. If he took a second one, the effect would be greatly reduced, and it would be less than half of the first one. Long Yu gave the second inner core to Mo Fengming, who then passed it to Lu Yuan. I've already reached the bottleneck of unity of true spirit. I'm not lacking spiritual chi, but enlightenment. So, this inner core is useless to me. I'll give it to Miss Lu Yuan. Mo Fengming was quite humble. This made Long Yu take another look at him. He did not expect Mo Fengming to have reached the peak of LV6 True Spirit Realm and was just a step away from unity of True Spirit Realm. No wonder the Tai Yin Sword Slash was so powerful that it could kill the leader of a wild wolf. Lu Yuan did not refuse. She accepted the grayish-white wing envoy's inner core. There's still a long way to go before I reach the 5th rank of the True Spirit Secret Realm. It seems like it's not going to be easy to raise my martial Dao realm. After long, you've finished absorbing the beast core and demon spirit essence. He couldn't help thinking about this. Then, he wanted to put the corpse of the Ghost Valley envoy into the netherworld space. But on second thought, he felt that he should be on guard against Mo Fengming. Brother Mo, let's take these 2 demonic beast corpses back together. Long Yu casually said, then asked, I haven't asked, Brother Mo. Why did you come here to find me? It's nothing. Mo Fengming laughed softly. I just want to train outside with you, so that we can look after each other. Soon, it will be the day of the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection. I think I have to fight for this opportunity, no matter what. Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection? Long Yu's heart thumped. He thought of his mother, Bei Yu Yao. The force she belonged to seemed to be the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute. What is the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection? Long Yu couldn't help but ask. In order to select students, the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute gathers young geniuses from all over the Heavenly Mandate continent to conduct a test and selection. Mo Fengming's eyes lit up. He found out Long Yu didn't seem to know about this. After saying this, he began to explain in detail. In the Heavenly Mandate continent, the most respected force was the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute. And the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute was divided into 5 parts, namely the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate, the South Academy of Heavenly Mandate, the East Academy of Heavenly Mandate, the West Academy of Heavenly Mandate, and the Central Academy of Heavenly Mandate. In the entire Heavenly Mandate continent, the Tang Empire, the ancient Ming Empire, and the Dongri Empire were all relatively northerly countries. Therefore, they were all under the jurisdiction of the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate. North Academy of Heavenly Mandate, Bei Yu Yao. Is there any connection between the two? Long Yu thought in his heart, but he didn't say anything. Instead, he continued to listen to Mo Fengming's explanation. The North Academy of Heavenly Mandate could be said to be the strongest force in the entire northern part of the Heavenly Mandate continent. It governed dozens of countries, including the Tang Empire. Even demonic beast countries like the Ghost Valley of Heavenly Souls were, in principle, subservient to the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate. There was no other reason than that the comprehensive strength of the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate was too strong. And after a period of time, the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate would select a group of talented young martial arts cultivators from dozens of nearby countries to join the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate and become students of the North Academy. This move was known as the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection. If one could stand out from the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection, the benefits would undoubtedly be huge. Joining the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute, even if it was just the North Academy of Heavenly Mandate, one would receive extremely rich cultivation resources, elixirs, martial arts techniques, weapons, and so on. The Heavenly Mandate Sacred Institute was the most desired place for martial arts cultivators in the entire Heavenly Mandate continent. As for the rules of the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection, they are different every time, so I don't know what will happen in the next Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection. At this point, Mo Fengming finished his introduction, but then he added, of course, to participate in the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection, the threshold is to reach the realm of real spirit as one before the age of 30. Reach the realm of real spirit as one before the age of 30. Long Yu was still far from the realm of real spirit as one, and he could not help but feel a little disappointed when he heard this. If the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection was to be held in the near future, he might not be able to participate. As if reading Long Yu's thoughts, Mo Fengming smiled and said, the Heavenly Mandate Sacred Selection is held once every 7 years, and there are still 2 years before the next one. With Brother Long's talent and qualifications, it is not impossible for you to participate in the heavenly mandate sacred selection. Brother Mo must be joking. In the stage of the secret realm of real spirit, it is extremely difficult to take a step forward, not to mention that I am still 3 levels away from the realm of real spirit as one. Long Yu shook his head and said with a smile, "Well, let's not talk about this for now. Since we have dealt with the bodies of these demonic beasts, let's leave as soon as possible." Just now, as Mo Fengming was talking, Long Yu, and Lu Yuan took out all the inner cores of the wild fierce wolves and divided them evenly. Altogether, they were worth a few thousand crystal coins. In Butterfly Valley, once the operation was successful, the harvest would be huge. This was also the reason why Guo Wei, Jian He, and the others took the risk to enter Butterfly Valley to deal with the Firefox tribe. Unfortunately, because of Long Yu's intervention, they failed at the last step and even lost their lives. The 3 people and 1 demon prepared to retreat from Butterfly Valley and walk toward the entrance of Butterfly Valley. However, they had only taken 2 steps when another Ghost Valley envoy appeared in the air in front of them. It could be seen that it was a Ghost Valley envoy with rainbow wings. Judging from her graceful figure, she should be a woman. At this time, she was flying above the dense forest in front of them and seemed to have been staring at them for a long time. She is not from the Ghost Sect tribe. Chihua, the little fox demon, recognized the identity of the female Ghost Valley envoy at a glance. Good eyes. The rainbow-winged envoy looked at Chihua and passed his thought to Chihua and Long Yu. You too, if you are done with your business, it is time to come with me. Who are you? Long Yu narrowed his eyes. This rainbow-winged envoy emitted an extremely dangerous aura. He was afraid that his cultivation had reached LV8 of the true spirit realm. If such an existence had evil intentions towards them, they would definitely die. I am from the Soaring Sky tribe. The rainbow-winged envoy answered, and then sent a thought to Long Yu alone. My grandfather wants to see you, so I hope you can come with me. Her grandfather? The Soaring Sky tribe. Wasn't this the tribe where the owner of the lunar wings on Long Yu's back was from? Moreover, not long ago, the owner of the lunar wings was the tribe leader of the Soaring Sky tribe. Unfortunately, he was killed by the winged envoys of the Ghost Sect tribe. Long Yu knew that he had no way to resist, so he could only ask calmly, "Where do you want me to go with you?" To our Soaring Sky tribe, of course. Don't worry, in our tribe, no one will want your life, and no one can kill you. The rainbow-winged envoy's cold thought came to him. Her meaning was clear. If Long Yu went to the Soaring Sky tribe, he would be their guest. Not only would no one make things difficult for him, they would also protect him. However, wasn't the Soaring Sky tribe located in the depths of the sky, Seoul, Ghost Valley? This rainbow-winged envoy wanted to take him to the depths of the sky, Seoul, Ghost Valley? Long Yu frowned slightly. He didn't even need to think with his toes to know the danger involved. Brother Mo, Lu Yuan, it seems that I can't go with you. Long Yu said calmly. What's wrong, Brother Long? Mo Fengming's words were a little doubtful, but also a little serious. He and Lu Yuan didn't know that the rainbow-winged envoy and Long Yu could communicate. They only saw the rainbow-winged envoy glance at them and then stop moving, while Long Yu also stopped. Originally, Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan thought that they would have to fight a tough battle, and it was almost a hopeless one. Facing a level 8 Ghost Valley demon beast, they had no chance of winning at all. But now it seemed that the situation was not that bad. I still have something to do. You can leave first, don't worry about me. Long Yu turned around and looked at Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan. His eyes lingered on Lu Yuan's face for a few breaths, which made Lu Yuan a little embarrassed. Lu Yuan, remember to take care of your father. After saying this, Long Yu waved his hand and let little fox demon Chi Hua jump onto his shoulder. With the rainbow-winged envoy's invitation, Long Yu and little fox demon Chi Hua would definitely not be able to escape. In that case, why not go to the Xiangkong tribe with her? Let's go. Long Yu flapped his wings and flew. As if he had seen the rainbow-winged envoy, the lunar wings on his back were unusually active, emitting an extremely joyful aura. Looking back at Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan one last time, Long Yu took little fox demon Chi Hua and flew above the dense forest, following the rainbow-winged envoy into the depths of Butterfly Valley. That's strange. It seems that Long Yu can really have sex with demons? Mo Fengming's face was full of doubt. Don't think too much. Let's go. It's too dangerous here. Lu Yuan glanced around and said immediately. The two of them each held the corpse of a ghost valley demon beast and quickly ran toward the entrance of Butterfly Valley. Soon, they finally left Butterfly Valley, temporarily out of danger. Mo Fengming felt it was a pity that Long Yu left with the rainbow-winged envoy, but he was even more curious about Long Yu. Lu Yuan, on the other hand, was very worried about Long Yu's safety. Chapter 239. After a day and a night, Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan finally arrive at the exit of the Ghost Valley with the corpses of the winged messengers. Both of them heaved a sigh of relief when they returned to the human world. The corpses of the two winged messengers at the LV-7 True Spirit Realm aroused the jealousy of many people. The two pairs of wings alone were enough to announce the appearance of two high-grade spiritual weapons that could increase one's speed. Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan had struck it rich, but no one knew what they had encountered in the Butterfly Valley. They kept their mouths shut about what had happened and quickly left the Mixed Sound City, so no one could find out anything about them. The return of Mo Fengming and Lu Yuan made Feng Hai's bodyguards at the entrance of the Ghost Valley feel hopeless. It had been so many days, but alchemist Feng Hai and his two brothers had not returned. There was no news about them either. Could something have happened to them? Feng Hai, who was at the LV-4 True Spirit Realm, was alone in the Butterfly Valley. Even if he had not been crushed to death by the collapse of the Firefox tribe's nest, it was impossible for him to have come out alive. After a month, alchemist Feng Hai still did not show up. The Mixed Sound City had no choice but to announce that alchemist Feng Hai was dead. Fortunately, there was good news. Long Yu did not come out of the Butterfly Valley either. He should have died in there. As for the demonic beast Hunter Guowei and Jianhe, they should have died in the Butterfly Valley as well. Otherwise, they would not have disappeared for a month. This caused quite a stir among the martial cultivators. All of this had nothing to do with Long Yu. At this moment, he had entered the depths of the Ghost Valley, which belonged to the demonic beast's kingdom. Chi Hua, the little fox demon, was lying on Long Yu's shoulder. He followed the graceful rainbow-winged messenger and quickly flew across the Butterfly Valley. There were many flying demonic beasts in the Butterfly Valley, but none of them dared to approach the rainbow-winged messenger. As they flew across the middle of the Butterfly Valley, Long Yu clearly saw a very narrow canyon. If one could not fly, the only way to enter the Heavenly Soul Ghost Valley from the outside world was through the narrow canyon. On both sides of the narrow canyon, there were many powerful demonic beasts guarding it, and there was no lack of powerful existences at the 8th level of the True Spirit Realm. It was only under the guidance of the rainbow-winged envoy that Long Yu could safely cross the Butterfly Valley. Otherwise, with his cultivation, he would have died many times over. After passing through Butterfly Valley, there was a large plain area. Although the terrain was somewhat undulating, the range was not large. Overall, it was a very flat area. There were rivers, trees, grass, and lakes. The depths of the Ghost Valley of Heavenly Souls behind the Butterfly Valley was the real Demon Kingdom. The living environment was not inferior to the rich areas of the human kingdom. Soul Valley Demon Kingdom was the name of this Demon Kingdom. Along the way, the rainbow-winged envoy did not say much to Long Yu. It could be seen that she had an innate hatred for human martial cultivators. In other words, all demonic beasts had an innate disgust towards human cultivators. If it was not for her grandfather's order, the rainbow-winged envoy would not want to have any communication with human martial cultivators. After the Ghost Valley Wing envoy divided the entire Demon Beast clan into 3, the Sorenkon clan was in a very bad situation. Although they still gathered in the depths of the Ghost Valley, they could only hide. Fly low, don't lose her. The rainbow-winged envoy reminded him with her thoughts. Then she lowered her flying altitude and began to fly around in a dense forest. It seemed that she was trying to avoid being discovered. Are they afraid of being discovered by the Ghost Sect clan? Long Yu guessed in his heart. Following the rainbow-winged envoy's advice, he lowered his flying altitude and flew into the dense forest with her. The tribe leader of the Soaring Kong clan was killed by the Ghost Sect clan. It showed that the Ghost Sect clan had completely taken control of the Ghost Valley Wing envoy. Currently, the Soaring Sky tribe would have to take a detour in the Sky Soul Ghost Valley. If they were discovered by the Ghost Sect, the only thing that awaited them would be death. The rainbow-winged envoy's flying route was very strange. Although Long Yu's flying speed was not slow, he still almost lost her sometimes. After coming to the depths of the Ghost Valley, the number of demon beasts seemed to have decreased a lot. But Long Yu knew that it was because the depths of the Ghost Valley was too wide, so it was rare to encounter demon beast groups. And this was also one of the reasons why the demon beasts outside tried to enter the depths. Every demon beast group in the depths of the Ghost Valley had more than 10 times the cultivation resources of the demon beasts outside. Almost there, come down. The Rainbow Wing envoy sent a thought over to remind him. Immediately after, her figure suddenly disappeared, giving Long Yu a fright. Where did she go? The little fox demon Chihuahua's eyes widened, but he could not find any trace of the rainbow-winged envoy. Until Long Yu flew forward for a while, he finally found a bottomless abyss in front of him. It's the bone-concealing abyss. The young fox demon, Crimson Fire, shuddered as he sensed the deathly stillness emanating from the abyss. It sent a chill down his spine. Hiding bone abyss? Long Yu could feel that under this abyss, there were indeed many demon beast bones hidden, and endless deathly stillness accumulated. Obviously, it was a place of great danger. Could it be that the current location of the Soaring Sky tribe was under this hiding bone abyss? Isn't this a little too miserable? The Ghost Valley Winged Envoy was originally one of the most powerful tribes in the Soul Valley Demon Kingdom. But after splitting into 3 tribes, the Soaring Sky tribe could only choose to live in a place like the Hiding Bone Abyss. The winner was king, the loser was a bandit. Even in the Demon Beast Kingdom, this sentence was the same truth. But Long Yu and Chihuahua were obviously wrong. The gathering place of the Soaring Sky tribe was not under the Hiding Bone Abyss, but between the mountain walls on both sides of the Hidden Bone Abyss. When Long Yu flew above the Hiding Bone Abyss, he felt that the lunar wings behind him seemed to be unable to withstand the endless, deathly stillness. He had to use all his strength to activate the lunar wings to ensure that he did not fall. And when he looked down, he saw that the rainbow-winged envoy, who had just disappeared, was near the mountain wall under the Hiding Bone Abyss. She pushed a boulder, and there was a cave that led to the mountain wall. The dignified Ghost Valley Winged Envoy, a powerful tribe that could soar in the sky, was now forced to live in a cave. Moreover, in a cave near the Hiding Bone Abyss, under the erosion of the endless deathly stillness, the members of the Soaring Sky tribe would probably have some bad effects in the long run. Long Yu was not afraid of the erosion of the deathly stillness. The reason was, of course, the existence of a 9 underworld's dragon seal. But the little fox demon Chihuahua, who was lying on his shoulder, was now shivering in the cold. Without any hesitation, Long Yu quickly followed the rainbow-winged envoy and entered the cave on the mountain wall with her. Then the rainbow-winged envoy pushed the boulder, blocking the entrance of the entire cave. The living conditions of the Soaring Sky tribe were very bad, which also made Long Yu quite puzzled. Under such circumstances, the Soaring Sky tribe still had the mood to go to the outside world and bring him, a human martial cultivator, here. Even if the consciousness in the lunar wings behind him was from the tribe leader of the Soaring Sky tribe, it was still somewhat puzzling. Anyway, with the rainbow-winged envoy at the 8th level of the true spirit realm, even if Long Yu did not want to come, he could only follow. He could feel that the rainbow-winged envoy did not use her full strength along the way, but still flew much faster than him. In any case, he could not escape, so he might as well follow obediently. Maybe there would be good things waiting for him. Chihuahua. The little fox demon Chihua, as soon as she entered the cave, condensed a fireball, illuminating the surroundings. This was a winding mountain passage. The rainbow-winged envoy folded her wings and walked in front. Long Yu also folded his lunar wings and took a step forward. Long Yu observed the two sides of the passage. He could tell that this passage was dug not long ago, and there were many traces of cutting. As they walked, Long Yu soon followed the rainbow-winged envoy to an extremely spacious underground space, as if he had come to a spacious hall in a human kingdom. In this hall, the figures of the Ghost Valley winged envoy entered Long Yu's eyes one after another. These Ghost Valley winged envoys all had different colors and patterns on their wings. When Long Yu appeared, these Ghost Valley winged envoys all looked at Long Yu, which made Long Yu's hair stand on end. This feeling of entering the territory of demonic beasts was really uncomfortable. Not only Long Yu, even the little fox demon Chihua was very nervous. In this place, every adult Ghost Valley winged envoy was a powerful being in the 7th level of the true spirit realm. In this entire space, there were over 100 Ghost Valley winged envoys who had achieved the true spirit fusion. This was an extremely powerful force, and such a force was defeated by the Ghost Sect clan. It was not hard to imagine how powerful the entire Ghost Valley winged envoy clan was. They are definitely more powerful than the Long family of the General clan and the Mo family of the Xiang clan. Long Yu's heart trembled. The entire space was silent. All of the Phantom Valley winged envoys communicated with their minds. At this moment, no one knew what they were communicating with each other. In short, Long Yu didn't want to stay in this place for even one more breath. Welcome to the Soaring Sky Clan. A slightly aged thought suddenly entered Long Yu's mind, causing him to look in the direction of the thought. He saw that at the side of this underground space, there was a stone door. Behind the stone door, an old Ghost Valley winged envoy was smiling and waving at him. It had to be said that the Ghost Valley winged envoy's face was covered with feathers. The smile of this old Ghost Valley winged envoy was very ugly. However, it also showed that he was friendly to Long Yu. "That's my grandfather. Go and see him." The rainbow-winged envoy sent a voice message. Then she grabbed the little fox demon Chihua and threw him to the other two Ghost Valley winged envoys. "Don't worry. My clansmen are just taking him for a walk. My grandfather wants to talk to you alone." The rainbow-winged envoy sent a voice message to Long Yu. After Chihua was taken away, she said, "This is for you. Your martial arts realm is too low. I hope that you can grow quickly in our Soaring Sky Clan." Long Yu looked down and saw that in the rainbow-winged envoy's hand was the corpse of a fire fox. Chihua's father, Lu Hua. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.